Oh, wait, I'm not live. Hold on. Okay, now I'm live. Sorry, I was waiting on
No,
you
it's
telling
okay.
me when to
I
go.
was just, I was just gonna apologise for shit posting. Really, that's all I was doing. Right. Anyway, is everyone ready to begin? I'll go ahead and intro us, despite how much I've got the
Yeah.
giggles right now.
Oh yeah.
All right, fantastic. God damn it. Okay, I need to remember what's happened. God damn it. Okay. Hello, travellers, and welcome back to Well Beyond the Witchlight, where you find yourselves now at Downfall, the location of the dastardly Bavona Brightstraw, one of the hags of the Hourglass Coven, and the location of her domain, her old, creaking cottage over in the dark and depths of the murky swamps of of Hither. Making your way to Downfall, parting through the dense mists and the thick of the fog, you found yourselves in only increasingly mucky waters with Agdon Lonscarf in tow. As you managed to emerge victorious from your battle with the Harangon brigands, putting an end to Agdon's mischief and stopping the menacing Harangon from perhaps terrorizing the people of Prismere any further, he's agreed to go with you to find Verona, realizing that perhaps not much like one of you, his fate is very much tied to one of the Hourglass Coven's hags. But what, perhaps, within this land where the rule of hospitality thrives, will a hag that has something belonging to one of you welcome you is perhaps yet to be seen. As you trudge further through the damp mud, your feet sinking into the grass-grown land around you, over the worn bridges and splintering wood, you find yourselves ever closer to Bavlorna, where she has hidden herself away from the rest of Prismere, yet somehow her influence is widely felt, not only in the fate of Agdon, but also pertaining to one member of your party, and perhaps even more. Hoping that you will be able to reach Bavlorna and be able to reason a deal with her seems like it's easier said than done, with your journey only growing more difficult as to what you should be finding, who you should be looking for, and what the words lingering within your mind, like distant whispers of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, really mean. As you traverse this bridge, finding a new friend in Clapperclaw the Scarecrow, a guide that you were told to seek out by your old friend Jingle Jangle, who seemingly has history with one of you, the mystery only begins to unravel, and as you find more answers, you still find yourself sinking in a mire of ever-increasing questions, now up to the knees. So I believe we left off at Clapperclaw quite literally saying, CL, I know you, by the way. And CL being like,
Yeah.
what do you mean by that? So I don't actually, I'm not sure if you actually answered CL. So CL, if you want to go ahead and ask Clapperclaw why he recognizes you, we'll start off there. We'll answer the week-long awaited cliffhanger as to how this childlike construction by one of the hags seemingly recognizes you all the way out here.
Yeah, I think by the time where Clapperclaw decides to mention this tiny little detail, you will see CL, as per usual lately, just pause for a couple of seconds, especially given that there is an Odette hugging one of their arms, as far as I remember, in a
Yes, she
very
was.
sarcastic way. Odette will feel probably then that CL's body has tensed at the day's revelation, as there is a spark of discomfort at this point in their eyes, as they're going to slightly cock their head, and with that still smile on their lips, they're going to slightly chuckle, going, "Sorry. Can't you elaborate, please? I need a little bit of a reminder, I think."
Clapclaw will take a couple steps towards you, their tattered coat almost swaying in the mild breeze that appears to sweep across this creaking walkway below his feet. And he'll click two of his lobster claw hands together, seemingly trying to remember as you watch the gourd that sits atop his head as a replacement tilt side to side. And you'll hear him say, "To be honest, I'm not really really sure myself. And he'll go to scratch one of his heads of the he'll go to scratch his head with one of his lobster claws, where you'll notice it leaves like a couple of scratch marks within the withered pumpkin. And he'll say, I just I don't know, call it a hunch. I remember your name, and I remember memories with you. I'm not sure where, but I remember being somewhere green and soft and nice. Somewhere peaceful. I think there were other people there too. And well, maybe I don't remember everything, and I didn't mean to get your hopes up, but I remember us making daisy chains together. We'd turn them into garlands and wear them on our heads. And I remember when we'd stroll along the meadows and the grass was tall and it was up to our knees, but still, even on those sunny days, I remember how your hand fit in mine when I had hands, I think. And, well, I'd remember your name anywhere. No one else has ever had the same name, and it sounds so familiar. Like I've called it before, even though I may not have a, a voice box, so to speak. It feels like something that's rolled off the tongue a couple times. When I was made by Granny Nightshade, maybe some of my memories got scrambled. But, well, if you're out here, then you're here to do something about them, then maybe I'll get them back. Who knows?
Yeah, that sounds as far away from who I am as it could only be. Like, I'm pretty sure that everyone else agrees with that, right? And they will look at at the rest of their companions, visibly confused by this information.
Vivian.
Will... Yep, go on.
Oh, no, you go first.
I think Trillian will just look at Seal and Capricorn and go, we'll just very whisper to Seal going, we might want to humour them even if it's not true, because we don't know what might happen if they are, treated badly. And then she'll look at Capricorn and go, well, I think, like all of us, Seal has lost something. Maybe it's their memories, because at the moment they don't really remember any of that. I'm sorry. But I'm sure it was a pleasant experience, and I'm sure it was a lovely thing to have.
On the other hand, Vivi looks over at Cielo and goes,
Oh, fucking hell.
and goes, I don't know what you're looking at me for, dear. We've only known each other a few days.
Yeah, do I strike you as someone who would make daisy chains?
Lots of people make daisy chains, Ciel.
If I may
For
interject,
people-
maybe you were a child at the time, so it wouldn't be too out of character for a child to do so, don't you think?
I mean, yes, but then I would remember that, right?
I mean, are there any daisies around here? Maybe you'll remember it if you make a daisy chain now. Oh, who am I kidding? There's not around here, is there?
Yeah, that might be getting us a bit off track. Why don't we have your new friend accompany us? Maybe you'll uncover some of your memories or remember along the way the more you speak with them.
I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt. We wanted their help anyways. I'm starting to get slightly annoyed by all of these coincidental creatures who just suddenly look at me like they've seen me before, even though I've clearly never been here. I've spent my entire life in one village, and I don't think in that village there's been, with all due respect, a living, walking scarecrow, because it's not the Feywild. It's, where humans live.
The figures said it themselves. They were not always a scarecrow.
Oh, true. I'm not.
CL? I don't mean to, confuse you or make things, more difficult for you, darling, but could Clapperclaw potentially be related to the child you lost? maybe?
Ciel is going to look at you, and you'll see a slight shadow like run through their eyes as they're going to frown, going, you know, actually, that could make some sense.
Hmm.
I'm not entirely sure I like that idea, but well, let's not dwell on it, right? Shall we? Probably the only way to get now straight answers is to ask the Hourglass Coven themselves, isn't it? Am I right, dear?
Mm. Yes. Very right. She kind of just like hesitates a little bit. um, Clapper Claw, you said your name was, yes?
Glavgor nods. You can hear the coins like jingling about within their gourd still as they do this.
Do you know how long you've been like this?
They tilt their head from left to right. You can hear the copper coins ringing about within. It's almost like resembles more of a pleasant chime than anything else. But you can imagine that despite how perhaps pleasant it sounds, it might be quite bothersome. And they respond to you and they say,
Um, I'm not sure. To be honest, uh, I'm not sure how long you've been here, but time passes a little bit differently in the Feywild. Like all of the days meld into one, and someone will tell you it's a year, and you don't even think it's been a month.
Hmm.
It's a bit confusing sometimes. As for how long I've been here, I don't really know. I have memories of who I am now and who I was before, but I can't really tell them from apart. Um, I I have few things, but I remember CL by name and by voice. So
Mm-hmm.
even if maybe he thinks it wasn't him, I'm pretty sure. But as for me, well, I don't know. I think I was something, and then I wasn't something, and then Granny Nightshade turned me into this, and well, it wasn't like who I was before, but I'm still me. I don't really know.
Hmm. I understand. Also, OC really quickly, I just got a hype train and I missed everything you said after I recognized CL by voice because I was deafened by music. I'm so sorry.
"You're so fine."
That was really bad timing.
Yo, the yo, the
Thank
hype
you
train.
guys though. Thank you.
Oh God, Ben! I believe the pizza has arrived. Lauren, Adam, Ben just put. I
Mm.
believe the pizza. I believe someone's pizza has
Oh
arrived in
my
the
fuck,
chat.
that was cracking me up today when I rewatched
Me and
that.
Ben were watching it last night, and we were actually crying. Like we were watching like 4 a.m. in the morning, and we were just in tears.
Oh,
Oh my God!
fucking fantastic.
I like to imagine that the hype train is actually canon now, and it's just run through this It's just
Yes.
run through this part of Prisma.
Yeah.
It's
It's just gone
Char's.
past.
Char's.
That music is very accurate. It's literally just it's a train over water like the ones you get in Japan. It's just sailed past in the
Mhm.
distance.
I mean, it's an unknown fact
Woo!
about Char is that she does hype trains occasionally, just to keep her clerics on the wall.
God.
Yeah. Morale. Yeah.
Hmm
A super
It's
secret hype train.
yeah, it's cut content from BG3.
Oh my god.
They
That's
cut
why it's
it.
in this campaign. Anyway, May, what did you? Was there anything you needed me to repeat?
I heard up until Clapper Claw said like they know CL's name, they know their voice, and then
Mhm.
I was deafened.
Sure. They basically said they're not sure because it feels like time in the Feywild just kind of melds into one. Sometimes people, you feel like it's been a month, and someone tells you it's been a year. All of the hours just kind of feel the same because you can't tell
Mm.
what's like dusk or dawn. So they're saying, I know that I'm the me now, and there was a me before, and then I wasn't something, and then I am again. So they're basically implying,
Mm.
obviously, because of their origin, that they were something before this, and then something happened to them, and then now they are in this body, specifically. And because of that, all of their memories are kind of melded together,
I
and
see.
telling
Okay.
time off the back of that has only become increasingly tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting
Hmm.
information there as well, with like how time passes in the Feywild. So it makes me
Mhm.
wonder how long has our party been here in real world time as well. It's very fascinating. Very
Absolutely.
exciting.
Another really fun fact about Feywild, not only on the time basis, is also that the Feywild is forever changing. What you think might be, a mile's walk actually could be shorter, it could be longer. The world is always ever warping and changing depending on your emotions and the
That's
people
so
who are
sick.
there. And yeah, it's I think if I had to describe it as anything, it's very reactive. It's a very magical place with a lot
It's
of
like
mystery
Wonderland
within it. But
vibes.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben's
So
watching the
yeah,
stream, right?
yeah. He said, I believe I believe someone's pizza has arrived. Yeah.
Ben, it's the walk from Warhammer 40k.
Hello,
Oh, for
Ben.
goodness sake. Bench. All right. So yeah, that's what Clapperclaw said, and then they
Okay.
just kind of trailed off.
Odette is just going to like. I suppose it would be really difficult to tell the changing of time when night never comes here. I see. Either way,
But
we are going to go see Bavlorna, so if you were to come with us, perhaps we could learn more about your relationship with CL, and maybe you are friends, and you have been friends for a long time, and we can all help each other.
Clapperclaw nods and says,
Oh, yes, I'd be very happy to come with you. I am, well, I think maybe there was a time where I wasn't, but ever since.
sorry, one second, I need to cough real bad.
Do what you must, girly.
For some reason, I just keep getting a bit particularly throat. I'm not ill. I think, unfortunately, just having a period means that sometimes I feel like I am, which is,
I
I
know,
think
I
everyone in this
understand.
Do not
everyone
worry
here
about it,
gets and
sweetheart.
understands. So yeah,
Mood.
it's
Babe,
like,
that was literally
um,
me last week. I
I have
felt
no
like
idea
I
what
had
anyone-
the flu.
That is just
Sorry, I'm
me
bad.
We're
now.
still kind of
Literally
like
the worst.
ill a bit for the.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah,
token man, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm gonna buy one of those period simulating machines for you. Anyway, so
A
Please
tent
do.
machine.
uh,
I've got one of those. They're good for pain.
yeah. Capital will
Actually, let's see
continue to
how
say,
can suffer.
yup. So Capital will continue and say, um,
I think maybe I didn't always used to be, but I'm a little bit scared of the Hourglass Coven hags. I wasn't, and then after what Granny Nightshade did, well, as you can see, you know, I didn't really ask for this body, nor did I ask to be here, and I'm a bit afraid of what else they might do. But if you're going to go and see Bavona, well, I'm happy to wait outside.
Of
I wouldn't want to leave my
course.
new friends after all. And I'll be glad to take you there. And obviously, if after this you need to go somewhere else in Prismit, I can take you there too. I just
and they'll put both of their lobster claws. You know when people do that thing where like they put both their like index fingers together and the thumbs out like they, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, they'll do that with their lobster claws, or at least they'll try.
I
And they'll
love
hang their heads
them.
You
seemingly in
guys will see
shame, and
I'm
you'll
Oz
say,
is
gonna
like visibly
cry.
like having cuteness aggression right now. Like he's just like clenching his hands really hard, and he's just like.
and you'll see Clapper will say,
I'm just a bit afraid of what it is that they could do and what they might do to me. And sometimes they say really mean things. So given that you all look like you're much stronger than I am, maybe you'll have a tad easier time dealing with it.
Well, darling, you don't have to worry. You don't have to speak to anybody you do not want to. And I think I do speak for us all when we won't allow any harm to come your way.
Oz puts his arm up and flexes and just has a big grin at Clapperclaw.
See?
Insinuating he would beat them up, basically.
Oz is flexing for the group.
Unintentionally.
boy.
You just see like his big arm muscle and his like left arm as he raises it and flexes it, and just like gives them a reassuring grin, kind of in a thumbs up with the other hand, just insinuating that he would beat them up before they get the chance to.
Clapperclaw nods seemingly in gratitude and says,
Well, thank you. That's really reassuring. Well, Livorno's cottage is this way. I think we'll have to go past King Gullop's court first. But they shouldn't be any trouble. But yeah, just follow me.
and they'll gesture over with one of their lobster claws and they'll go across the bridge. Um, and yeah, just go across. Agdon will be tied to a debt and Oz
Yeah.
at the back. So. I don't know if anyone else can see this right now, but because of the way that the right, you can see. Yeah, here we go. If I put Agdon next to Oz, it just says A Oz, and it just.
Oh no! It says it normally for me, and I'm sad.
He would be like smiling at Clapperclaw, and then he would just make eye contact with Agdon, and you would just see him like have the nastiest like fucking like stink face.
Agdon Longos.
Yeah.
And you could just
Agdon
see like he
Longos.
would look back to Clapperclaw and have like a wee blush on his cheek, and just like you could tell he definitely thinks they're like a cute little animal. Or like a cute little person, like a little child that's like they've just adopted.
So sweet. Alright, so you'll cross the bridge, the wood creaking, in time with the bullywug heads that seemingly croak as a greeting as you cross this very old, rickety bridge, just about suspended above the water where the murky swamp sits below you. You make your way over to the other side where the grass is still increasingly damp. The mud here is still a little bit firmer. You're not exactly sinking into it, but you'll be grateful to perhaps find your way a little bit further above the mire below you. As you cross over to this part of Downfall, you find yourselves at a grand marble gazebo that stands atop a mound of soggy earth, its white stone streaked green with algae. The support pillars have sunk into the muck unevenly so that the domed canopy now sits askew. Short steps ring the gazebo, leading to a raised floor where bullywugs dressed in shabby clothing lounge on pillows. Among them, a harpist sends forth delicate notes that mingle with the murmured croaking of the gathered nobles. On a dais, a flabby bullywug wearing a crown of woven lily flowers sits on an ornate throne, with his legs folded under him. He has a large leather-bound book open across his lap, and is mouthing the words he reads on the pages. Without looking up from the book, as you enter into this space, he says, "Have you no herald to announce your presence before King Gullop the 19th? He slams the book closes to punctuate his question, regarding you for the first time. The sleepy bullywug guards now stand around their monarch, snap to attention, and ready their weapons, as they see you all approach across the bridge.
CL would like to immediately look at Vivi.
I was literally gonna say, Vivi,
Same.
like, clears her throat, goes, Your Majesty, and like bow like over dramatically. And your royal court, it is my pleasure as the keep inhale. Songbird of a Sword Coast, Lady of Song, Laureate of Alara, and a Flute of Returning Age, Vivi would like to present to you the Lord and Lady! And she kind of like claps her hands. And like,
Oz elbows Trillian to clap along with him to do so, to kind of help Vivi up just clapping with them.
I mean,
and yeah.
1 minute, I just need to do something really funny.
No worries.
Oh no.
1 second.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh my.
Trillian does know how to clap.
That's what you rolled for, hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, so kind of like clap somewhat hesitantly alongside Oz and then just kind of lean and go, aren't they supposed to have names when they're announced, though?
My God.
I don't think we thought that far ahead.
I know,
Vivi.
that's a bit bad of us.
Evie will gesture to the sort of the back and go, and their beloved party, including myself. And she'll look to Oz and Trillian
Oh, that's us, the muscle.
And
And he
by
just
the- and
elbows
by the-
Trillian.
Yeah. And by 3 clap a claw and act on.
You'll just Trillian will just like shoot up straight, like almost at attention kind of thing, and just go. Now what? Hi.
Sorry
I
if
think
spoke
I
over
do have
anyone
a
there.
picture of him for you. No, that was brilliant. I'm
That was
thoroughly
really well
entertained,
done.
Oz leans in and just
it's
goes, I don't think the muscles are supposed to speak.
I don't know. I've never done this before.
Let's just let them do it, okay?
Of course.
Right, here he is.
Hurry up. do
May,
it.
Yep.
May, get ready. You're gonna love this.
I'm so excited.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
god!
fucking
Look
God.
at
Oh, yes.
them!
Oh my god.
Incredible! Absolutely
Pretend.
incredible!
The crocodile! Oh my god!
The pet alligator
Oh my
is canon in that
God.
photo. He does have a name. It is his little it's the swamp equivalent of a little having a dog on your lap. It's a little
Oh,
alligator.
Oh, where's the
fantastic.
tire?
A little Cayman. Oh.
Oz's eyes immediately focus on the alligator.
Baby. Oh my god, I love them. I can't get over the one in the little outfit. They're both in little
love
outfits,
his-
but
I
like
love
the
his
one with the little
mustache.
mustache and
That's the best.
oh my god, what is it called? A monocle? I love that they have a froggy monocle. That is
Oh.
so good.
It's giving what's those
Oh my
toads
God.
that are in like Beatrix Potter stuff?
I was
What are they
literally about to say,
Yeah,
like,
they're
if
drawn
Lewis
very
Carroll
similarly.
wrote Beatrix
It's like
Potter-
something like Mr. Toad and
Yeah.
Oh, Wind in the Willows!
Yeah,
there we go, I
yeah.
can't remember exactly.
Ben, I can't do a Kermit voice. If I could, I'd do it right now. I can't do it. Look, Ben's going, how come you're not doing a Kermit voice, Ron? I'm like, I don't know how. I've not got the cadence for it. I can give it a go. I've already given him a voice. It's called I'm coughing today, and I sink right into my lower register. Anyway, I thought you'd love them, mate. I looked at the picture.
I'm
I'm like, you're gonna
so
love this.
pleased. I'm so wholeheartedly pleased.
May's chat just present in this campaign the whole time.
Are
they are
speaking
King Gallop in his
normal
court.
language as well, by the way, just to make sure.
Yeah, he talks
Okay.
completely in common.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
He just
Because
wanted to make sure.
He's well educated.
Common?
He's a linguist.
But he's a
I love
king.
that.
What?
Oh,
Yes,
God,
and? Common.
Got
Oh,
right.
man.
As you introduce yourself, seemingly a majestic display of I'd say practice performance, but really I think off the whim that you're going at, it's working very well. And he seems quite thoroughly entertained and will offer you a very froggy smile and bow his head in reverence. And right, so I found out the name of the crocodile. So this is King
my
Gallop
God.
the 19th. He's a bullywug royal, and he is accompanied by his baby crocodile named Snoodle.
Snoodle!
Noodle! Oh!
Can we steal Poodle?
Of course, that's your first thought. Can we steal Snoodle? Snoodle?
I think this
Oh,
is
fucking
like
hell.
theft that Oz could get behind. I'm not gonna lie.
Can we steal Stoodle?
Yep, that's exactly what I wanted to say. Barbara just now. He's accompanied by knights protected. Sorry, he's accompanied by 5 bullywug knights who appear to be stationed around the edge of the gazebo's interior, ready to protect King Gollum. There are 8 unarmed bullywugs within the gazebo, lounging at the king's feet, eating insects from platters as they gossip among themselves. And as you introduce yourselves, he will almost give a roll of his hand and say, I heard we had a fellow royal in the area. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. What brings you to my court this day, perhaps? And he will scratch his head as he kind of raises an eyebrow and looks over at you.
Oh, see a second.
CL is going to do their best at just remaining quiet.
Okay.
as I kind of just stare at Odette.
Okay, I was about to ask, is this where I'm supposed to speak?
Yeah.
Okay, question for Ronnie really quickly. We're just here to
Yep.
pay respects before we go see Bavlorna, right?
Yes, there is the rule of hospitality here, which means that obviously he can't do anything to you. He's very much looking to welcome you in. I believe it was either Clapperclaw or Agdon who basically says that Gullop, obviously is wanting to help you, and he uh he might be in a, let's say, similar situation that some of you are. Not as maybe intrinsic, but he, given that Bavlorna has appointed these bullywugs here by choice, it may not be theirs, certainly.
Ah, I see.
So, go ahead and continue. He'll, I think obviously with him welcome you in, and given how you may go on to react with him, he might have a couple words to offer you.
Okay. Odette is going to untie Agdon from her wrist and hand him to CL really quickly. Can you hold this for me?
I'm gonna certainly
This.
gonna take the pet. Just take the leash.
Odette is going to step forward and grab either side of her dress and curtsy. My good sir, my name is Odette, and I am here with my partner CL and the rest of our party. We thought it best to bid you. What's the right word here? Oh my god.
Greeting.
Yes, thank you. Bid you our greetings as we made our way through the swamp to Bavlorna.
He will nod, accepting your answer here, and he will say, "Then you have come here bravely. Those who enter the Soggy Court knowing that they may face Bavlorna's ire are ones of a noble standing." And he kind of scratches his head a bit. And you can definitely see that he's almost trying to hold himself in a position where, despite how many people are around him, he's trying to make himself come across in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And he will say, "I will give you a first word of advice. Only members of the Soggy Court are allowed to speak with Bavlorna. So, if you are willing to be a part of my court, it appears that you have already gained a understanding of the bearings of nobility, which is beneficial. I would perhaps ask that you join my court, and then, if you are looking for a conversation with Bavlorna Brightstraw, you would be permitted to do so."
Is that a must, sire?
He nods very slowly, and he will say, "Think of it as, since you have introduced yourself so kindly, a way of me perhaps trying to help you. You see, not only do I believe that you are looking for a conversation with Bavlorna Brightstraw, but you are probably going to want to be in good favor with her.
Mm-hmm.
Given that only members of the Soggy Court are allowed to address her, there is something that I need returning to her. A couple of days ago..." Sorry, there's so much text on my page. If I'm pausing, it's not him, it's me. There was a book that was stolen from Bavlorna a couple of days ago. But thankfully, myself and the Sogi court have been able to procure it from a darkling merchant. Now, with the book in my possession, and the time that I have overseeing my court, making sure that my knights are given their due diligence by protecting me, and entertaining those who come to sit before my feet, I have not been able to return this book for her. But if you were to perhaps join the Sogi court, once you are adequately dressed in the proper attire, I will give you the book that needs returning, as duly appointed emissaries of the Sogi court, to return it to Bavlorna with great haste. Given that you would be giving her back something that she is looking for, I believe this would put you on good footing with the hag already.
Insight check this for how actually necessary this is.
I'm
Yeah,
curious as well as to why he's not wanting Bavlorna's favor for returning the book.
Not even wanted to
Can-
insight. Vivi like would step up and go, I would be honoured to join
Oh
your
my God.
Sogi court.
No, Seal has no idea. Seal will understand all of this, your courtly manners.
I'd say,
I'm-
yeah, you can imagine that there might be a reason why he doesn't want to. You just can't really tell what that is. It's a little
I
bit.
have no proof, no doubt.
Perhaps it is
either.
because he is a
Oh, I have
a
no.
bullywug. He's a little bit hard to read.
I trust this man.
I have no proof,
you
but
two,
no
mate.
doubts
Frog.
either.
I trust this frog entirely.
Trustworthy, absolutely.
Ben, you're so funny. Ben just said, "Is this the story of the Frog Prince?" Adam should just kiss him just to check, in my opinion.
Can we ban
All
Ben
right.
from the stream?
No.
No, he's my peanut gallery.
No, he gave me inspiration. He's nice. Leave
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's my guy. Right, so Oz, you can kind of tell that perhaps much like Agdon, and even maybe similarly to Vivi, and much quite like Clapperclaw, but you get the feeling that King Gollop might be a little bit scared of Bavlorna. He's almost pausing and very pensive in the way that he's addressing what he'd like you to do for him. And while he seemingly is amicable to your presence, there seems like, as a king of a court appointed by Bavlorna, you'd imagine that he might be a little bit more, well, upstanding and seemingly unafraid. But you can tell that maybe there's a reason that he might be a little bit on edge at the moment.
Oz is gonna kind of like lean into Trillian and just kind of like whisper under his breath, with just kind of hide in his mouth with his hand and just say, "I think he might be frightened, and maybe we
She's
should just
gonna-
go along with it. We should
She's
just take it."
yeah, she's just gonna look back at you and go, why would he be frightened? I mean, okay, which you can turn creatures into lobster claw having gourd head replacing. No, I get it now. Yeah, no, I get why we'd be afraid. No, absolutely. I mean,
We don't know what she's capable of just yet,
Yeah.
so
I like to
Yeah, but if
imagine
we
all
can-
of this is happening as Odette is like having a conversation with
yeah.
him. So I just think this is so funny.
It's
I mean-
hilarious.
I think you're right. You know, use what we got and gain, use it for favor. I mean, no loss on our part.
It means we can go through it peacefully. It would be best. Sorry, go on.
No,
May.
no, you're fine, you're fine. I didn't realize you weren't finished. Odette is going to clear her throat and she is going to step up because she wholeheartedly trusts this frog king.
my God.
And she says, "Of course, I would be happy to return your book. However, when you say appropriate attire, what do you mean by that?"
He will smile you another very wide smile, and he will say, My palace is located over in the southeast of Downfall. I will have you there to be fitted with the proper attire. It quite resembles mine and the rest of my courts, unless you are opposed to looking well dressed for the occasion. Not that you are not right now, but we have a certain court colors that we wear here.
Hmm. I understand. She she smiles, but to pretty much everybody else in the party, you could tell she's very displeased at this.
Vivi, on the other hand, is going, oh, and some fancy new costumes to go with it. Oh, this is delightful.
You can see on CL's face that like their eyes are saying over my dead body.
We have no choice but to graciously accept, so thank you so much for your kindness. Odette is gonna take a step back and she's gonna kind of like elbow CL and like through a smile go, say thank you.
Mm. Give me a second. I'm going to see how badly this thank you is going to pass through. Okay.
Oh my god.
That was a nat 20.
Ronnie, would
Holy
you allow me
shit.
to do something very funny here?
Oh, absolutely, always.
Okay. So you will see the absolute pain. Again, just shoots through their eyes, and they're going to look at Odette. They're going to look at the king, and I think probably from where they're standing, it's going to be Vivi and Odette that will notice it. That suddenly their posture is going to become a bit more straightened, as their eyes are going to adopt more of a moonlight shade. Not so yellow, but almost like this pale glistening. As a very soft yell is going to come out of their mouths as they will graciously take Odette's hand and carefully deposit the scarf back in her on her palm. Of course, it will be just my pleasure to be able to entertain His Majesty and, well, to enjoy the pleasantries of this court.
Odette didn't like that.
Ah!
Odette disapproves.
She approves, but she didn't like that. Her smile like kind of falters a little bit before like she beams and she's just like, wonderful choice, darling. And she'll like take the scarf and kind of allow him them to do whatever it is they intend. Oh my god, that's great.
They are
That's really good.
they are mostly just going to smile back at you, offer you their arm once again in almost a small bow, as they're going to smile. Well, of course. How could I disgrace ourselves by not accepting such a wonderful proposal and such a, well, wholehearted hospitality from our host?
Of course. Odette's gonna take his arm and turn to the king once again and go, which direction did you say your palace was in? Of course, we'll get changed to better represent the court.
As you've been stood here, you'll notice that some of the frogs that are late, it's just sort of lounging in front of King Gullop, have been like passing around wine goblets. And you'll notice at this point, Vivi, one of them will pass a wine goblet to you. And you'll imagine that it's probably full with liquid, but as it's sent to you, you'll find inside the goblet, within the cup, is a scrap of parchment with words written on it in Sylvan. So you probably don't understand. Can you understand Sylvan? I can't remember if you're one
I
of the
don't
ones who
think
can.
I understand any languages. I'm just gonna triple check, but I don't believe I do because I believe when we came in, the frogs were speaking in Silver. No, no
Yeah,
language
you didn't
is here.
know.
Yeah.
Okay. So it'll be a note, but just a single scrap of parchment that you'll see inside the cup.
Vivi, like ever beaming, looks at the king, like looks at the parchment and goes, "Do excuse my lack of understanding of Sylvan, but there's a little note here, and I cannot read it. Would you grace me by informing me what it says, Your Majesty?"
Oh, you're asking the king?
Oh, or the whoever just handed her the cup.
CL? You could ask CL.
Or
You could
Trillian.
ask
I was
CL
about to
or
say
Trillian.
that was my second port of call.
You'll notice here as King Garnet will almost like frown, and he'll say, "What do you mean? Who's passed this guest of ours a piece of paper with something written on it?"
I'm sure that our wonderful company is just joking. Am I correct, Lady Vivi?
She like looks back and forth and like just sensing the tone. She will just sort of, like look back and forth, like blinking, and just he'll just go, no, nothing. Ignore what I said there. Slip of the tongue. And she'll grab like her she'll pass like CL the cup behind her with like the parchment like visible like on the cup, and she'll just like start trying to play her violin. Like,
I'm gonna need you to make a deception
yeah,
check for that.
absolutely, yeah.
Oh no. Ooh.
Sure, okay. Yeah, you kind of seemingly from the disturbance here, you'll watch the frogs that have been just sort of lazing about in front of Gulab, almost like sit up in alarm, and they look a little bit startled, as if they're almost trying to infringe each other on the fact that maybe this note wasn't supposed to be seen by the king. And the king will just like shake his head and like go back to being sat against the back of his chair where he'll have his legs up over them. As you'll notice that Snoodle at his side will almost like eye up the bullywugs in front of him almost with a very heavy suspicion.
Yeah, Vivi is like gonna take to sort of like playing around to try and like ease the like ease that moment as she's like handed CL the cup to read parchment on it.
Your Majesty, you'll have to forgive Vivi. She's, a few stones, short. You see. She's much better at playing music than she is, jokes.
Vivi like turns her head to you, like there's like a grimace like smile, and she goes, "Ah, how right you are at it."
She kind of like, as I'm assuming like Vivi is gonna pass her with the violin, and she's just gonna very quietly go, "Sorry."
King Gollop will regard you all blinking, and he'll continue and say, "Well, if there is no further business, then if you take the pathway just across here to the east, you'll find where the palace is. If you head within, I will have some of my attendants have you fitted to go and see Bavlorna. If there are no other questions, then please do not delay. I'll see you back here shortly once you have fitted yourself to look a part of the soggy court."
Thank you again. You honor us with your kindness. We will be on our way now. And she is once again going to curtsy for the king, and she's gonna tie Agdon back to her rest.
It
Since
has
she was
been
just
an
waking up.
absolute pleasure, as
The,
CL is also going to very politely bow, following Odette's example.
yeah, Vivi gives a very like graceful bow as she kind of brings the melody to a like perfect close, and she'll express again, beaming smile on her face, say, "Oh, the gods will never be able to thank you for your kindness towards us as a party." She'll like take a step back.
I love Vivi. I love Vivi so much. I love her
Vivi's
so
great.
bad. She's
And just,
so good.
just as you go to walk away, you're just taking Gulp go, what are gods? Is this some sort of peasant term I'm too old to understand?
What a peasant joke.
Is this a peasant joke? I don't understand.
It's a peasant
Uh,
thing. Disgusting.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's
Right.
true, they don't have gods in the Feywild, so he's just like, what? What are you
What's
saying
a
to me?
god? I've never heard of that before.
She'll sort of it'll take a moment to kind of register with Vivi, and she'll just like once again she'll just blink and she'll go, "Oh, they're great figures. Maybe not as regal and wonderful and
Be careful what you say here,
as
Vivi.
listen,
Be careful.
Let's just go.
And
Let's
she's
just
just
go.
like kind of like stops herself and just goes, "Anyway, it doesn't matter. Not saying what the gods don't matter, but we appreciate you, your majesty, your royal highness, and such a lovely day." Just takes a step back, thinking, "I'm not fucking this up again."
Come
I'm actually
there.
laughing that you got past the note in a wine goblet that wasn't filled with liquid, but instead had a scrap of parchment, and you were just like, "Hey, I can't understand this." That's incredibly, but clearly it's been done in like in secrecy, and you're just like, "What is this paper?" And this guy, subtlety lost here on her. Oh my god. Okay, right. Feel free to head to the east where he's talking to the palaces whenever you're ready. It's just over the other side of the walkway.
I think as we're going to leave, Trillian thinking everyone has to do this will give a bow, but then realise that because she's obviously technically feminine and that she's supposed to actually give a curtsy, so she'll give this weird, awkward curtsy bow and then just stiffen back up and then just walk away without saying anything. Clearly embarrassed.
So funny.
Odette's gonna walk by Trillian and she's gonna say we can work on that later.
Lol.
Ciel, you've got the parchment, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I will send it to you, and when you translate it to the group, I will put it in session information.
Yep. Show me. Where's my secret? Okay. Interesting. Okay. So I guess we're walking away first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where are we going? I don't know. Oh, it's the other
Oh,
side.
sorry, it's hard to. There, you can see the other walkway now.
Oh, thank you. I literally could not see
You're
where
fine.
we were
It's
supposed to
very
go.
encapsulated in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess we can trying to comprehend where we go. Okay.
Oh boy.
So as soon as we find a spot where there's no one, CL is going to you'll see that they're like going to very carefully take that parchment out with like 2 fingers and just go, well, isn't this intriguing? Would
Mhm.
anyone else care to find out about the dramas of the court?
I can't read Sylvan, so
You'll have to read it aloud for us.
I mean, I can read it, but I feel like everyone else wants you to, so.
Yeah, Vivi will kind of perk up and go, "Ooh, I love a bit of gossip. Let me hear it."
And who doesn't, darling? Well, this parchment says, find Illic, the Baron of Mustomp at once. The revolution lives. Gullup must pay for his tyranny, taxation without representation, fashion tastes, B.O., coughing without covering his mouth, bread, milk, eggs, forgetting my birthday. That time I baked the bog berry pie, and he just took a piece before I even had a chance. And the list continues, I believe, but I can't see it quite well.
Succession of information. People want to look at it. It's quite funny.
Taxation without
Mm.
representation. What is this? History GCSE?
Is this another search quest for us to do?
Faction tastes.
Yeah.
Oz
BO.
just kind of mutters that under his breath.
I mean, you've seen his dressing, right? I cannot blame whoever wrote that note for judging him so harshly.
But
Hmm.
I mean, but why? Why bread, milk, and eggs? Does this turn into a shopping list halfway through?
I imagine so. I feel like the bread, milk, and eggs part is a little bit different to everything else.
Yeah, quite. I mean, it's quite clear. Obviously, they don't like him. But I mean, do we want to? Do we do anything about this, or do we just leave it for later?
Hmm.
I know we're all for probably all for like doing the right thing and stuff. But shifty looking as hell there. But starting a revolution on a piece of paper, I don't know if we should do anything about this.
If Ciel's going to look back at you, will notice now that their eyes are still like moonlight shaded.
Hmm.
Um. I'm not entirely sure what to do in this instance. Our main goal here is to speak to Bavlarna, not to aid in a Bullywug rebellion.
Well, I mean, Vivi, it was handed to you, right? Do you remember who handed it you?
She will think on it for a second and think, I couldn't remember their name exactly, but it was one of the attendants.
I
I
mean,
mean, we can always. Go on.
if we were to dabble in the intrigues of this court, then perhaps getting their alliance could help us out in our final confrontation with Duhan.
Hmm. From the
Yeah, I
note,
think.
though, doesn't it say that they want rid of King Gullop, not Bavlarna?
But it might be a good thing because Oz, didn't you say the King Dorp seems a little bit hesitant to go anywhere
Yeah.
near Lorna? So maybe if we needed help at it to confront her, we could always, vive la revolution and install someone who might actually help us.
What did you just say?
What was that?
I swear. Did you just speak Sylvan again or something like that?
Yeah, yes. It's a very that's how Sylvan is. Like bonjour. It's
Oh my god.
So Sylvan is
There's no way.
canonically French.
Sylvan is now canonically French.
Or Sylvan accent is slightly killing me.
Sorry, what was that?
The Sylvan accent that Trillian has is quite eccentric.
Oh. Maybe Trillian learned Sylvan from a very particular person.
I fear we're getting off topic. I just worry we don't have enough time to be doing this.
Well, truly, I don't think we have a timer now, do we? But I agree. We need to decide what to do. And
I
get
mean, we
changed.
still don't know how
apparently.
long has passed since we got in here either. Sorry, go on, Barbara.
No, that's it. Right, you finished.
Yep, me too.
Okay.
Amazing.
Odette is kind of gonna let out a long sigh. let's just see what happens. If we can use the rebellion to our advantage, I don't see why not, but as of right now, I'm not entirely sure how it would aid us. Maybe we can speak to what was his name? Egg egg Eggless? What?
Illig.
Illig? Okay, thanks. Illig?
No problem.
Maybe we can speak to Illig and go from there. Or we can just make them aware that we know what they're doing. We don't have to get involved, but if we could use it to our advantage, I don't see why not.
Fine, as long as we don't need to dress in ridiculous garb.
I fear we will have to dress in ridiculous garb if we want to get to see Bavlorna. I'm not pleased about it either.
You see Oz like touch his like crest of Ilmater on his tunic, and you see him like visibly sad about this.
Vivi like chuckles to herself and just goes, "Think of it like a funny little play we're putting on for one night only, and then we can forget about it like a little figment of the past. It'll only be for a moment."
Oh, so long as I'm
Besides,
fully covered, I don't really mind, but...
Well, I have to say that I do agree with the note that Gold did in fact murder fashion sense around here. Alas.
That's really good. Odette liked that. Odette liked that a lot.
Vivi chuckles to herself and goes, "You know, there was a funny traveling bard who had a gang of costumers who would put on these lovely productions, and they used to go around calling it Shakespeare in the Park, and they always used to take the piss out of each other for doing little productions in public."
Who shook the spear?
"I don't know! I never asked. I only saw them for one
Odd.
day."
Oh. I
Haven't
suppose
seen
you
them
wouldn't get to ask many questions if it was only for one day.
Shall we get going?
I suppose.
Of course.
Indeed.
Oz just being a sheepdog, kind of trying to guide them back to the mission.
As they're walking, Vivi will like look at Clapperclaw and Agdon and goes, "By the way, what is a berry bog pie?"
Great question.
You see Oz's ears perk up at that, and he kind of like looks round interested as well, because he does in fact really like sweets.
Sounds rather nice.
I'd be curious about that myself too.
Okay. So, sorry, I was just, that was me interrupting. I was just trying to
Take
get
your
to one of
time.
these people. No problem. Right, so, as you come across the raised bed of ground that sits in the middle of the swamp as the mists begin to coalesce and rise above it, you find yourselves in another patch of land, seemingly never ending. You will see just before you that there is a ramshackle hall built around a big tree. Two of the tree's limbs reach out through the walls like enormous welcoming arms. There are, in front of, seemingly as you approach one entry to what would be the king's palace, two bullywugs and a crocodile guarding it. And seemingly having sent word that you are to arrive here and find yourself changed into appropriate clothing to join the Soggy Court, you'll watch as these two bullywugs will uncross their weapons and the crocodile will part, just slithering into the water to allow you to. And sorry, actually, I really should might actually not be able to see this. There you go. Allowing
That's
you
a
to
bigger
enter the palace.
crocodile.
How charming.
Oh, thank you. Odette is going to lead the way with CL, I'm assuming.
Yep, CL is basically following you still, like, very much happy to hold your hand. Once again, it's still the same changed posture, still the same moonlight shade of eyes that are looking at the world, not so repulsed anymore by this performance, but actually quite amused by it.
Hmm. It feels strange. Odette's not sure. Like, she has been telling him to like act noble and stuff like that, but she's not sure if she actually likes that.
Shame, really. She got what she wanted.
I know.
Consequences of your actions. Wow.
I know, I know. That's a good thing for us. It's a good thing for us, but it feels strange. Okay. So, Odette is, like I said, going to lead the way in with CL. And, do these bullywugs speak common or Sylvan?
I think, being at the court, they actually do speak some sort of common. It doesn't say that they don't speak
Thank
otherwise.
God.
As you enter the palace, you'll see that two of them will leap up from where they appear to be lounging on their. What are they on? On their very fluffy pillows, and they will stand as you enter and say, "Has the king sent you here to join the Soggy Court?"
Yes.
Very well. We will present you with the proper attire. And you'll notice that they'll rummage through a. What is it they're getting it from? They'll. This one will dip into a room here, and seemingly you'll hear just almost like a chest opening, and then a little bit of noise, almost like banging, as you imagine this building is trying to retrieve things from it. And then he'll walk back out and say, "Within should be some outfits suitable for you and your friends. Feel free to go in and change at any time. If they do not fit you, well, unfortunately we are bullywugs, and sometimes we do not always expect mortals, so my sincerest apologies, but I hope they should be to your liking." And he'll gesture towards like this room right here, which appears to just be like, there's like a curtain in front of it, like, you know, when you go into a changing room at like a shop and there's like, you just draw it over you, seemingly leading to a room that does have a dim light from within it, but seemingly hung around the room off several hooks are different outfits for you and the rest of the party.
Okay. Um. Odette is going to look at Vivi and Trillian and beckon them closer.
Yep. She toddles
Um,
over.
Would you two mind if we ladies went first? It would be improper for us to show you our skin, of course.
By all means, go ahead, my lady. And Oz just kind of feigns a bow and keeping up with the act of being like the guards. We'll stand watch as always, Bam. And you just see him like nod his head.
Odette is going to smile very gently at Oz and go, "Thank you. Thank you so kindly." And Odette is going to like walk in to the little room and kind of like hold the curtain open for like Vivi and Trillian.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to start some mad shit.
Okay, she
Trillian,
follows
as you guys are walking through, will just kind of look very disappointed, like, "Oh, I kind of hoped I would have gotten a glimpse of Oz undressing, but oh well."
Let's go.
Maybe like chuckles to herself a little and just like grins and just goes, "I see."
Don't be so
Vi- vi-
crass, Trillian.
Trillian's eyes will go wide, and she's like, "Did I say that out loud? Please forget I said that." And then she'll just kind of like sink backwards to try, as anyone who's just embarrassed themselves would.
You know the like the SpongeBob episode when like SpongeBob goes up going, "You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?" Like Phoebe like goes right up and like looks at her and goes, "I'll remember that."
They're too far away for Oz to have heard, so he's just like standing by
La, la,
CL,
la.
pretending to be his like the guard of the Lord right now, and just kind of like smiling to himself.
Yep. CL
He
is
just
also standing.
sneezes because someone's
Yeah.
talking about him. He doesn't realize he just sneezes.
Yeah, the CL is standing right next to you, not trying anything. In fact, just they look very much very polite.
As you come into the change room, I will say to the three of you that there are several sets of outfits here. They all come in variations of blue, yellow, and white, which appear to be the reigning colours of the Soggy Court, as donned by the king and his guards and his advisors. They are baggy enough that you imagine you could probably just pull them on over your normal clothes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if we were gonna have to get undressed in here or not. So Odette is gonna like look through the clothes, and she's a very petite little lady. And everything looks far too big on her. Um, I'm not sure this will look appropriate on me at all.
I mean, I guess it's the fashion here. I don't know if they'll care about appropriateness. I think it's just enough to be convincing, perhaps.
I prefer fitted clothing, if possible. As-
I was gonna say Vivi like looks at Odette with like a genuine like a look on her face and just goes, "Once all of this is over, we can take these straight off again, and hopefully it will not be for very long."
Would anyone happen to have a sewing needle or thread or anything?
It's a great question. I have a costume.
You have a costume.
I have a costume.
It's blue, white, and green perchance.
I have a costume. I have a mirror. If you want to look at yourself in the new costume.
Oh, I dare not.
I will say, just as you're in this room as well, I don't know if you can see, but there are like a couple windows. So there's one here, and there's one here, and there's one here.
Okay.
If you go up to them, you can see that you can look out them. And from where you are, it's very distant, and it's almost faint. If you perhaps weren't paying attention, and this room weren't as silent as it was, apart from the gentle croaking of the bullywugs in the next room, you imagine you wouldn't even hear it. But you can just hear, perhaps from across the lake somewhere, almost like a very somber tune played on a flute that feels almost very heartfelt. You can't really tell who could be playing it, but you imagine it's coming from about the southeast.
I mean, at the sound of that, Vivi almost like stops in her tracks, and she's going to like over here, right?
You can't tell, like it's coming from the southeast, but it's very like feels very far away.
Yeah, she like rushes over to the window and things, is trying to like peep out, try and get a glimpse of, or try and get any kind of sense of what this is, where it's coming from, who it is, even if that is a wasted effort. Just anything to
Sure.
kind of get closer to the really lovely music.
The mists are very thick. The fog is so dense that you look out and it's almost like you're looking through a cloud. But you can tell that the music is coming from this like direction. You imagine it might be over the lake somewhere. Sorry, the swamp.
She just sort of like sigh of like relief as like her shoulders just ease, and she just goes, Ah, nothing like the sound of beautiful music.
It was mighty pretty.
It was beautiful. So
That was
wistful.
nice.
Ronnie, is there any way I could make the outfits better?
Oh my god.
Priorities.
We could have like
This
a
is-
sash of fabric over yourself, or make a corsage or something.
This is true. Ronnie, can I? Can I try and make the clothes
Uh,
better?
Well, if you can come up with a way that you can use a check to do that, I will say yes. Because right now I'm stumped on it. I'm trying to. I'm combing my head, like thinking to myself like how, you know.
Well, given I don't like showing my skin to anyone, I am hesitant to change in front of yous both. No offense.
None taken.
I would rather wear these over my clothes, but they're much too large. So, Odea's gonna bring out a knife,
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
and she is going to.
What do you got there? A knife!
A knife! And she's gonna start taking apart the clothing at the seams.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh.
And till it kind of resembles, like, almost like a tabard. I'm assuming. So, like, because if she was to just leave it all together, it would be bumping up and all of that stuff. So she is then going to reach into her hair and pull out multiple pins that is keeping it in place. Her hair will fall out because of this, so it won't be in its pretty neat hairstyle that it's been in this whole time. And she's going to fold the excess fabric into pleats, use
God.
the pins in her hair to keep that in place. She's going to undo her belt and she's going to put the, I'm assuming, dress over the top of her clothing and use her belt to keep it in place. So it's kind of like a tabard.
What the hell? That's so.
I'm a seamstress.
That's great. Yeah, I know. I can tell. Right.
I'm
What's
so
the
proud
best
of
thing
my
I can
wife.
ask you to
Oh,
do
see
here?
right now, I'm so proud of my wife. I'm like beaming.
Uh,
I'm beaming. I taught her everything she knows. I'm so proud.
Honestly, right. A part of me would say sleight of hand, but clearly Adet knows how to do this, so history is fine here.
Okay, I don't know if I've got a good history roll, so pray for me.
You do, which is why I suggested it.
Oh, thanks.
No
Rob.
problem.
Oh my god, we're all gonna get personally styled by stylist Odette.
Chico. Yeah, Odette, you managed to take what perhaps would have been, a very baggy set of shorts and a doublet, and somehow make them into an outfit that actually, suits and fits you quite well, as if you've practiced this skill and done this before. Yeah, it is foolproof. No one perhaps could see the seams in the outfit where you've seemingly taken them apart and re-sewed them with haste in this dressing room, but you've done so seemingly without any trouble at all.
I think this will do. No?
Is the flute still? Can we still hear the flute, or is that stopped?
I'd say for now it's stopped. You
Uh-huh.
might play again, you never know.
Vivi looks at Odette, and there's a sort of smile on her face, and she was still at the window, but sort of turning around, and there's a sort of evidence of a smile on her face as she sees Odette, and she goes, "It looks wonderful." But she gets a little bit frantic as she grabs a couple of random, like she'll grab like a collar, like a puffy collar, and like a frilly kind of shirt, and just like haul it over herself, and just goes, "Do excuse me, I must see if the flute player's still there." And she rushes out.
Oh, bye. The music calls to her, I suppose.
I suppose. You'll kind of see that Trinity is a little bit lost of words, seeing what you've done with your clothing, and she's like, "You look a lot better than I thought you would, considering what appears to pass for clothing here." Uh,
I think
can
that
I?
is that a compliment from you, Trillian?
I guess so, but could I ask a favor?
Hmm.
Could you help me out of my armor?
Oh, of course. I imagine it would be quite difficult to get all of that under all of this fabric. Um, I'm quite deft with my fingers, so I'm sure I can manage it, but you will have to come down to my level.
You see Trillian just kind of just like walk over to Odette, and then she'll just go down on one knee and just kind of just like offer up her arm, which is obviously clad in all the various bits of armor, and she'll just look and go, I can for sure do it myself, but I mean, considering the fact that Vivi has just charged off, maybe we don't want to linger here too long.
Yeah. Oh no, of course. Odette will start undoing Trillian's armor, kind of like how she helped Ciel with theirs in the inn. She's pretty good at it actually. She's really quick with her hands. Um and I'm assuming it won't take very long to get the armor off. I'm assuming you have like shoulder pauldrons, like a chest plate. Or actually no, you're
Yeah,
fully armored,
effectively,
aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay, it might take a while. She's quick, but she's not insane.
Trillian
Um,
is most comfortable when in penetrable armor.
very real, very true, very valid.
Mhm.
Um, okay. Um, Odette is going to be very gentle with Trillian's armor. Actually, she's going to take each piece, heavy as it might be, and place them very gently on the floor. To the side. Um, hmm. I would hate to see you in something very frumpy. I'm used to seeing you all dashing in your armor. Um,
Dashing?
yes. She's gonna walk over to one of the hooks with the clothing on it. You're rather fortunate in how tall you are, Trillian. You might have a bit of an easier time with this than I did.
I don't think
Odette, as
anyone's
you're
ever. Oh,
as you've
sorry.
been helping Trillian take her armor off, you'll notice that obviously through the undergarments that she has, a shirt, some trousers, that seemingly through where you can catch bits of her neck and maybe a little bit of her chest, just from where her shirt is been unlaced at the top, and where the cuffs of her blouse are rolled up. You'll notice that, and Adam, don't worry, I'm not springing this on you as well. Well, maybe I am actually. You'll notice that Trillian's very heavily scarred.
Um, Odette is gonna be behind Trillian, when she notices this, I think. And I'm going to assume she's going to notice the scarring around her neck at the back, okay? And very gently, and I mean almost like she's not even doing it, she's going to like trace a finger across the scar.
I think the moment you do that, Trillian's hand will shoot out and just grasp that hand and yank it away rather forcefully. But then almost as quickly it will let go, and she'll just turn around and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. That was
Force of habit,
I didn't
I
mean."
assume.
Yes, very much so.
Forgive
I
me. I shouldn't have done that.
it's okay. It's if you will. It's not. I don't think many people know of what I have on my how these, and she's gesturing to them, are all over me. But I guess I'd never expected anyone to.
Find out.
Well, yes.
Odette is going to look at Trillian very, very gently, very softly. Different to how she would ever really interact with Trillian. And she's going to take off one of her gloves and show Trillian a very scarred hand. A type of hand that no noble woman should have, really. And she's very quietly and very gently going to say to them, "It's all right. We have these marks, and they are proof of us being alive, Trillian. They are proof of honor. They are proof of every step we take. I'm not one
Brilliant.
to chide you for hiding them. I do the same myself, but don't feel you need to."
Trillian will just stare at that Odette's scarred hand and just look up to her and go, I guess I didn't expect that. I thought you would be all pristine, I guess, but I mean, and it's just kind of just like look down for a second, look back up, and she'll just look at her and go, I don't even know where these scars came from. I just know that they're there, but maybe that's what I lost with the memory of whatever
Maybe.
caused them.
Maybe
You-
that is the case. Maybe it isn't.
I mean, do you know how you got your scars? That seems a bit specifically placed. Did someone do that to you?
I recall every mark that has ever been placed on my body. But that doesn't matter. She's gonna put her glove back on. If you can't recall, I don't feel like that should be holding you back. I don't see why it matters. They're there. And learning why won't change that fact. They're just part of you, Trillian. And that's okay.
She'll kind of look. She'll kind of like touch one of her scars herself and go, I don't know where they're from, but I do have this feeling of them being there for some wrong reason.
Wrong?
I don't know. I think I hide them because I feel like whatever happened that caused them was so awful that I don't even remember it. Like I say, they're literally everywhere. It's hard. It'll probably be harder to not show them.
When you stand, do you feel shame, Trillian?
I don't think so.
Good. Your scars, maybe they came from something bad. Maybe they came from something good. Maybe you protected something. Maybe you did do something bad. But it's in the past now. Odette kicked the armor by accident, don't worry about it.
So my plate just kind of jumped a little bit when I moved.
No, you're fine, babe.
She'll just look at you and go, I guess you're right. Mr. Does teach us to. Yeah, does teach us to kind of embrace the things we are as part of becoming who we want to be. So maybe I should, but maybe finding out why these are here will help just as much.
Hmm. Your journey is a path that you must take. The things you learn and the things you see, I'm sure they will expand your world view. Maybe you won't learn, and that's okay. But maybe you'll learn to live with them as well.
Does that mean you learned to live with your scars?
Oh.
However they were made?
Hmm. My family only permits me to show the parts of me they want seen. But I am proud of my scars. All of them. Because they are there for a reason. And in my eyes, that reason is to push me forward. To lead me down the path my lady has set for me. And I feel great comfort in that.
Trillian's gonna kind of notice what you said last bit there. She's gonna have a very sharp intake of breath, and she's gonna be she's gonna go kind of incredulously and confused. Go, Puff, your lady sent you? Does that mean your scars are from or part of them?
Hmm?
Is following her that? I mean, I've heard quite a few of the gods and goddesses do demand some kind of or ask for some kind of self-sacrifice, but I've never met anyone who actually practiced it. I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing.
Hmm. I am not entirely sure how to answer that, Trillian. I think everyone's form of worship may differ. Mine and yours, for example, where we worship, what we do, how we celebrate our goddesses.
I think Julian will just nod and just go, I guess it isn't for me to criticize
Hmm.
what people do, but I mean, I guess being a follower of Mistra, that kind of concept is foreign to me. She's never asked for such things. She just asked for, well, she's asked that I be the best I can be, and I guess that's not too dissimilar from your goddess in a way, even if the methods are so utterly different.
Mm-hmm. Very different. But not bad. Just different. Odette is going to walk to the side of Trillian and grab some fabric and place it against her like shoulders, kind of measuring it against her and trying to figure out how best to make this sit on Trillian. I think I could probably fashion a sash for you.
Trillian will just kind of be just like, she'll be like motionless because she knows you kind of have to measure and like put all the fabrications and stuff. But she'll be moving ahead, just trying to watch you and go, "Oh, I think that'd be nice. Thank you."
Of course. She's gonna take her knife out again, and she's going to rip up the seams and pleat the fabric on Trillian's shoulder and keep a hand on it as she like straightens out the fabric. Do you have a brooch or anything?
Not a brooch. I do have an amulet. If you could do anything with that.
Hmm. I need something to hold this in place on your shoulder. Let me see. Odette wears a ribbon around her forehead. It's kind of like a piece of jewelry. And that's currently the only thing keeping her hair tidy right now, I guess. And she's going to untie it, pull it free, and she's going to tie the sash at Trillian's shoulder onto what they're currently wearing. And then she's gonna make sure it's tied tight. So it's like this deep kind of purple ribbon with a little golden jewel that has like a purple gem at the center of it. And she's gonna tie it tight, and then she's gonna smooth it down your chest and your back. And then she's going to take one of the pins from her own outfit that's not necessarily needed, and then pin the sash together just at your hip. I think that should do. Though
I can't remember. Oh, sorry, go on.
I'm not sure how we're gonna handle your armor with this. You might need to leave it here.
Yeah, Trillian will look at the arm and probably like stacked up on one side and just go, "Well, if you're making sacrifices towards fashion, I guess I have to as well. But this is very well done. Thank you, Odette. I genuinely wouldn't have expected to ever be wearing something like this."
Oh, it's fine. You wear it well. What colors suit you? The green. It's nice.
And then she'll kind of put her hand over the ribbon that you gave her, and you'll put on the outfit and says, "Thank you for using this. It must have. I don't know if there's the significance of it. If there's any significance to the to this ribbon, but it really works. And I mean, you look good as well. Don't forget that. You look fantastic."
Thank you, Trillian. Also, yeah, no mind. I've worn it for a very long time, but it's serving well here. That's all that matters. I do think, however, we've kept the boys waiting for quite some time, so we should probably vacate the space.
Of course, and I think I'll make sure to give you the ribbon back once we're done. Okay?
Of course.
And I guess Trillian will just.
Yeah, no,
after
you go. You go.
No. Trillian's a gentlewoman after you.
Of course. That's gonna step out and she's gonna say to Ciel and Oz, "The clothing is massive. Good luck."
Is like Odette still like got her hair down and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's so Odette's usually wears her hair like up in like a braided bun type thing. Um so like after like taking it all down, it would probably fall to like probably just past her butt. She's got really long hair. Whoa.
All
So it's very long, it's slightly messy, but her hair is down. And her little ears are poking out. It's cute.
You just see Oz kind of like straighten up a bit, and there's just like a very light dusting of pink around his cheek and his pointed ears. And he's just going to clear his throat and say, "Well, considering what you had to work with, you've done very well."
Oh, thank you, Oz. You're too kind.
Um, and then he's just going to turn to CL and go, "My lord, should we?" And he points to the dressing room.
Yell is going to, not to Oz, then kind of step towards Odette, actually. Give her a very like slow bow as they're going to smile at her. Not with the usual smile, like this mocking smile, but quite an elegant and actually genuinely appreciative one, as they're going to go, I believe that Oz is quite right, my lady, that you have brought some sense of style back into this court.
Oh, that's very kind of you to say, CL. Thank you, my lord.
A mere observation of a talented woman.
Mm.
And they are going to move towards the yeah, towards the dressing rooms.
I'm all blushy for real, for real. All these compliments.
We're just going the same one, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Go to Vivi quickly just before you guys go into the changing room. So Vivi, the music just as you come around the side, begins to start up again. Just come around the side of the building. Just come all the way around.
this way.
Yeah, keep going.
Yep.
Then go down. You'll pass the crumbling palace walls and reach the other side of the building here, the structure looming high above you and casting a shadow out. And you realise that you've gotten to the end of another bit of land that juts out from the mire below you. Out into the murky swamp, the fog is dense and it's really hard to see through the thick of the mist. But you can tell that it's coming from this location. You'd imagine that you'd have to maybe cross the swamp at some point. Perhaps while you're here, there might be some time to do it, but you can hear the music from, I'd say, across the river. It's a little bit clearer now that you're outside. And it feels almost nostalgic. As if you'd heard it before. It brings back a distant memory and one you try to grasp onto and can't quite remember. And it is pleasant and it makes your heart swell and almost makes you sway as if you might have danced to a melody like this before. And there's something in it that moves you and you can't quite tell what, but it encapsulates you whole. This desperation to seek out, perhaps at some point while you were here within the Soggy Court, to look for who might be playing it.
She stands at the bank of the swamp. She'll like if she wanted to, let's say if she wanted to go onto the docks, could she just like shimmy past the lovely crocodile fella and bullywug
Yeah,
here?
they'll let you go past it. If you're welcome to go past them. There would obviously, creaks under your feet. These banks have been here for a very long time to make it a sort of dock, but there's not a skiff here.
She stands and like watches, like listening, like her eyes just shut. Her hand almost reaching out, like as if she could like almost touch it, and then her hand just like clenches a little as she listens, like turning to sort of like pinch her forehead, heave a sigh, and so earth do you come from? I'm so far from home, and yet that sounds like it's closer than I could ever imagine. Maybe it is. Either way, she takes out her note, like she'll have like a little notepad, and she'll start like grab like a little quill that she has and start like trying to like write down the little melody, or like humming it over in her mind, and she'll just go, maybe if I play it enough times, it'll come back to me, as many things seem to have been. It's good to know that there are things here that are just as magical as the things that are making me feel anything but. She like puts her notebook away, puts her hands on her hips, and just goes. She looks down at her clothes and just goes, well, been here long enough. And then she's just gonna like skip sort of like back, like, but cast one last like long glance towards like the misty, like foggy, like waters before her. A wistful sort of like thought lingering in her mind as she returns to the front of the tower.
Lovely. Well, CL, I would imagine that the clothes that are remaining in this changing room probably dwarf you by a bit, quite a bit. You can imagine they are kept for visitors and just kept in one size for people to join the soggy court with. But Oz, I'd say that they probably fit you the best because your size and your stature. They're still probably a little bit baggy, but it's nothing that I don't think a pin is not going to be able to fix for you.
He hates this.
Lol.
Yeah, I
He's
think
Not a
CL is
cosplay
going to
most
colour,
pick up
God
his.
damn it.
He's looked, yeah.
Yeah, it's like CL is probably going to pick it up and just, as they try it on, there will be invisible disapproval in their once again moonlight shaded eyes as they're going to look at them. You're and also going to hear the mumble. If only I could be taller.
Sorry, my cat just jumped out. Oh my goodness.
Which one is it?
Button.
Of course, it's Button.
You see Oz just kind of begrudgingly putting them on, and he just like turns around and sees CL kind of like musing to himself, and he's just gonna turn around and say, maybe Odette could help you with that and resizing them. I don't know if I'm gonna be so lucky to.
You just can shout her in to help.
Perhaps we can convince the lady to enter the man's dressing room to adjust some of the clothing. You'll notice that that is said actually without sarcasm.
Maybe it would be best if you shouted her, considering you're supposed to be playing her husband right now.
Indeed, it would be more appropriate. My lady, would I be able to request your help? You'll hear CL's voice.
Me?
Well, of course. There are no other ladies around.
Odette looks at Trillian, shoots her a little smile and then goes in. What do you need my help with?
Perhaps you can fix the disaster that these sizings are. We're not going to be talking about the style, but you know.
Hmm. All right. It is rather big on you, isn't it? Okay, let me see. Do you
This
have
figure is quite
anything you
large.
could use to pin the outfit? Perchance I used all of my hairpins.
Mm, you'll see them kind of slightly frown, and then they're going to take their bag and open it, almost just remembering that they still have this with them. Um, so they're going to look through it, and actually, they're going to bring out the disguise kit. Would the disguise kit have like some pins?
Yeah, I would absolutely presume so.
Yeah, that would make sense. Oh, I can
Yes, they.
definitely work with that.
Yeah, forgot that I still have this. My apologies.
No, you don't have to apologize. Let me see what I can do with this. What type of outfit would CL have picked up, Ronnie?
So, right, this is hilarious. In my head, all of the outfits that you guys have look like the Morvalian Langeneck shorts and like doublet with the really
Okay.
puffy sleeves, like sleeve short, short sleeve, like and short like just above the knee, in like a pastel yellow and blue.
Okay.
In my head, that's what they look like, and they've got like white ruffles just on the above the doublet and at the edge of the shorts and at the end of the sleeves. In my head, they look like that. I'm trying to find a picture of what they look like. I can't find it, but I know I've seen it somewhere. I've not just invented this in my brain. I know that this exists. Maybe I've just seen it on the field at Empire or Mene's Fate. God knows. But yeah, in my head, that's the best description I can give you of how they all look because of the way that the king and his it's a court look in similarity. So
Okay, that's fine. Odette is going to look at the doublet and the big puffy sleeves. And sorry, is Sia wearing them right now?
Yes, I think they've tried it on to realize that their their figure does not fit this.
Mm. Odette is going to look at CL very seriously and say, could you take your clothes off, please? Actually, I'm going to need to. Uh, I don't want to cut you.
That's understandable. I would not like you to cut me either. I don't think wounds would be appropriate around here. And
Oh,
they are going to be taking off the upper layer of the clothes.
thank you.
Just very gently handling them back to you.
Okay, Odette is going to do what she has been doing. She's actually going to remove the ruffles. Uh, First of all, don't worry, they will come back. And she is going to then kind of like remove the sleeves from the doublet as well. And she's going to start pinning like the sleeves to what CL is already wearing. And she's going to take the ruffle from the sleeves and she's going to pin that to the bottom of the sleeve that she's attaching. Right? And then she's going to take a look at the doublet and she's going to be like, it's really frumpy, isn't it?
Yeah, quite. Like
Uh,
CL is like cooperating through this entire process.
Okay, so she's attached sleeves with little ruffles at the end, and she's removed the like ruffle collar from the doublet, and she is going to like ask Ciel to put the doublet back on because she's not sure if like they should wear it or not because it's got the colors. But she's kind of going to try and make it look like a vest instead of like an actual jacket. So she's going to try and fit it more to Ciel by like folding the fabric in on itself, making darts up the back and the sides to make it appear more fitted. Um, the sleeves being attached to what he's wearing underneath make it almost seem kind of like a shirt and a vest inside of like a fully ruffled doublet instead. I think you could skip the trousers. I think you could skip the trousers. I don't think you need them. I think you should just
I
wear what you've
hope.
got already.
Genuinely, I'm growing more and more fond of that revolution idea by the second.
Hmm. Yeah, I think you would be fine like this. It's got the colours and the ruffles.
Yeah, and I guess I keep a bit more personality and actual design.
Yeah. I know Errol isn't here right now, but she's gonna turn to Oz really quickly. And even though it fits surprisingly well, she's still gonna take a couple of the pins that Ciel's gave her and kind of just make her way over to Oz and very quickly make sure that it sits nicely. She's spent a very long time knowing that appearance means a lot to like the people around you, and how you present yourself really does change the way people think and see you. Um so she wants them all to look nice, and she is very she's trying her best, really. She's doing what she can.
Yeah, absolutely. You manage to take all of these outfits and almost tailor make them to every member of your group until they fit you rather well. Maybe not the colours that you would have chosen at that, but definitely you will look might fit it into the soggy court with the bullywugs around you. I want to probably say at this point, Vivi's returned from her little run outside, so feel free to, whenever you're ready, exit the palace and return to King Got.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Every session's
my
like
Vivi,
this.
do you
gratitude,
want to
lady.
wait
Shall
outside,
we?
Vivi, or do you want to come in?
Oh yeah, I can come in and things. She like
You guys will notice that she's been gone for like some time. Only when you've finished outfitting Oz and Ciela Debt, well, she comes back in.
before anyone says anything, Vivi comes in, sees everyone's like tailor-made outfit, then like looks at like the librarian because she went off in a hurry, not really thinking about what she was wearing, and she goes, "Right now, well, I feel a little bit out of place. You know, when I said that this would be a one-night thing, I assumed we would all be doing it together."
You ran away before I could help you. Granted, I understand it's music and that is your thing, Vivi. But I couldn't help you if you ran away.
Well, I didn't realize you would be expending your wonderful gifts upon everybody here. Your dress certainly looked rather beautiful, but yes, I got a little distracted.
Mhm.
Flute always has a special place in my heart, I think, above all my instruments.
Of
And
course.
when it is
We were
played
fortunate
so
to have. Oh,
oh, go,
sorry.
go, go. No, you go, you go.
No, go.
We're all good. All she would have said is and hear it in a place as surprising, as magical as this. I didn't think such a sound could be elevated any more than it already was, and my whole life I sought to bring others to the heavens with a simple blow of the flutes, but it sounds even more beautiful here.
It's probably because you're far from home, Vivi.
seem to be carrying a flute of your own, even though you seem to praise it over other instruments.
Well, it was. It was my first. It was the first one I ever learned to play. So, I guess that's why it's most special to me. All music is wonderful, beautiful in its own way. Some soul out there probably feels exactly the same way about the viol or even the humble pan flute, but there's something nostalgic about the sound of that. So
Hmm.
I would say it reminds me of early days, but I was pretty shit back then. So I'm not sure if I would say that, but feels like the happiest place in the world to me, as it always has.
Would you like a hand with your outfit?
Yes, I would love a hand with my outfit. Thank you so much for asking, Odette, darling. Oh, I
The
appreciate
peak
you
is
so
so funny.
much. Did I ever say that?
Um,
Like,
Odette is gonna hold out her hand for Phoebe to lead her back inside the little room. I don't want the bullybugs to see me ripping up their clothing.
you are elevating it. You are not ripping it. You are making it into something so beautiful. And as His Royal Majesty said, as long as we are wearing the colours, sure they'll be rather flattered by this.
I
I
hope so.
certainly would.
Vivi, you might want to go into the changing rooms then. She's kind of already
How
gone in.
right you are, Trillian!
I love Phoebe so much. I love her so much. She's so
And just
good.
and by the way, also Trillian will probably
The
see
best
Oz come
bard.
out in the. Trillian will also see Oz come out in the new outfit and just be like, she'll probably you'll see her just draw her breath again and just go, "You both look really nice, especially you, Oz."
Thanks. I wouldn't say I would have picked these sorts of things out myself. For a paladin of Ilmater, we prefer a much more simple garb, but thank you, Trillian. I think you also look lovely as well. And he just shoots a really big beam and smile at you.
Trillian will give a smile back and just go, "Thank you very much."
I love them. Ah. Yeah.
Like, imagine, like, do you know when you see like a dog kind of like just smile with its teeth? That's what Oz is just like. To be honest, when he smiles at any of you.
It's the pinnacle of himbo to herbo communication.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Odette is gonna help Vivi with her outfit as best she can. I think she would probably end up doing something similar for Vivi as to what she did for herself, where she's kind of fashioned like a pleated tabard.
Mm-hmm.
Vivi had a disguise kit as well, I believe.
Yeah, she's got a costume.
Yeah, we took the pins from that. My love, we'll do that. Ugh, okay.
It's necessary.
I hope Oz has like a tabard on because I don't want to be the only one in a full.
Don't
like,
worry.
outfit.
I made sure to have
Is it a tabard?
Odette.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, she fashioned it over your armor.
Okay. Good.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this will suit you very well, Vivi. I think if you
Sure, give
spin
like,
as well, it will look very like pretty.
she'll give you like a little twirl and just go, oh! Oh, the way it catches in the wind. Oh, it is marvelous. Thank you, dear.
Of course. I said this before to Trillian, but I'm quite deft with my hands.
Well, it's wonderful to know that one of us in the party has quite the eye for fashion, but then again, I knew that the second I saw you.
You're too kind. Right, we
Oh, I'm
really
just telling
must
the
be
truth.
going.
But yes, we must.
Oh man. Okay. Odette is going to go out and hold the curtain open for Vivi.
Yes. Oh, she comes out like ta-da!
Oz claps.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. She gives like a little like bow, a little like I didn't even need to say any music for this. Oh,
Wonderful.
Well, I must say, the entire party has been saved by Odette's masterful hands.
I try my best.
Did you succeed?
Thank you.
That's Our Lady for you. And he just prepares himself to head out with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. And CL is going to offer Odette a hand.
Odette will very graciously take it. And allow Ciel to like just guide her wherever they want to go.
Yeah, they are very much happy to be the ones this time actually guiding Odette back to the king, I presume that is where we're going.
Yeah.
With much more, once again, with the absolute calm and confidence that was absolutely not there before.
I need to
Just
be right back,
for
guys. I have to go to the bathroom so badly.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, piss girl.
If it helps anyone visualize it, this is actually what Downfall looks like. I'll put a picture of it in session information because it's a little bit hard to see because of the map. If you'd imagine that that's one kind of map that someone made, and then the actual big map there is kind of a
Oh, wow.
visualizer, but yeah, just some better pictures up because obviously it's a little bit tricky to know where exactly you are right now. Two more
boys.
hills, that one, and then there's another one
Yay.
because there's this one in the middle.
That's very nice.
Very nice until it becomes slightly more creepy and less nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That last picture is the one that's like I believe that's the cottage in the middle, which is Bablorna's cottage. So I will wait until a deck comes back, and then you can head over to the king, who will give you something, and then you'll go.
We could probably like
Presumably.
be put over there, and like we would have just walked in
Sure,
that time.
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I'm sure
I'm
they
happy
won't be
to.
long.
Yeah. Agdon and Clapper are obviously waiting for you to come back outside, and you'll go ahead and join them. And then, hold on, I'm just gonna move you as a group. Here we go.
Yeah.
Outside. The Bulldogs will croak happily as they wave you off, and Clapperclaw and Agdon will seemingly both applaud very cheerily as you emerge from the palace. And I will move you back across to where the king is. Make sure I actually take everyone here. So you do so.
Why don't they have to dress up? Like Oz is like saying this to the party,
I mean,
seeming a bit like begrudging about it.
I guess because they're already kind of dressed up. I mean, you got to admit, our outfits don't really compare to theirs, even if that's maybe a good thing.
You just see he kind of like frowns at this and just kind of pouts a bit, just like seemingly a bit bummed that they're the only ones that have to do it.
You'd presume that it's because Clapperclaw doesn't want to come inside and Agdon
Oh
is
no,
already
totally.
known by Bavrona.
Oz is just like
Yeah, I
mad
know
about
it's
it.
from. I know, I absolutely know it's from a perspective of what the hell. Alright. This map does go in a big circle, by the way. So, Lauren, just to tell you on an OC note, like, obviously, if you look at those pictures I put in, you would imagine that, like, it's coming from, the little gazebo at the top of the first thing is the king's little, court.
Ooh.
On the right is the palace, and then you can see, obviously, where you would have been looking out to is, obviously, there's another side of the, landmass where, you would have heard this. The bottom right of that first photo is where you would have heard the music coming from.
Ooh.
Very cool. I'll remember that.
So maybe a trip over there at some point if you
Yes.
want.
Absolutely. God damn, I feel like I've got it's like a little like ad break of a TV show. Holy fucking
Yeah.
shit, everybody.
I've just been locked in listening to the goddamn conversation between you all. The one between Annette
Yeah.
and Trillium was so sweet. I was like, oh,
That was really sweet.
Yeah.
do you know what it was? It was Adam's little giggle when he was like, he, he was like, heh, Mistra. I was like, Adam, goddamn. It was odd. It was a little giggle you did before you went to say Mistra that killed me.
Because I'm being mischievous. Because it's like, okay, yeah, I'm mentioning the goddess that I know you don't want me to mention. Right. I was gonna go get a drink, so I'll be back in a second as well.
It's so funny
Okey-dokey.
because she actually didn't say anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, if you really think about it, the Bullywugs are more valiant garb. I'm just saying, they got like slash on
Yeah.
that shit and everything.
They are.
Look, hold on, wait, where are they? I need to get them back again. Yeah, look, Morvalis are fucking outfits.
Really are.
Do you know what? There's someone in Morvalis who's got a pastel blue and yellow Lanchnet kit, and in my head, that's what you guys are
Yes.
wearing. But that's why I can't find it on the internet. I don't know who it is. I just know I've seen it with my eyes.
I swear, if when we rock up and we see either them or like more people dressed in like pastel land, I'm gonna
They're like,
like,
oh, the soggy court.
Like,
yeah.
pink dollop! Oh my god, pink dollop!
Represent! And they'll be like, what do you fucking mean by that? I'll be like, well,
Yep.
you wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't understand. Also, I'm back.
I returned, hello.
Hey.
Alright.
Also, I just want to say Odette didn't do anything to the thing that Killian said about Mistra because she was 100% focused on the scars.
That's so funny because Adam was definitely trying to get to you, and you were just there like,
Yeah.
no.
Don't even worry about it. I'm not.
Alright. As you head back across the raised bed above the swamp before you, the water rippling as you take steps across the soggy grass beneath your feet. You will head back towards King Gollop, who regards you with another very wide smile and a couple of blinks of his eyes, and he will say, "Ah, a mite better. You look positively dashing. The outfits fit you, well, rivetingly. I did not realize that they fitted our guests so well, but I suppose I am pleased to know that they are universally loved. Now that you are best fit, as magnificent as some of the Soggy Court members to see Bavlorna, I ask that you return her this, if you could." And you'll notice that the book that he's had on his lap, he will close that with an ample thud, and you'll see that there's like dust that kind of begins to circle within the air above it as he does so. And he will pass this to whoever's closest to him.
I guess that'd be either me or CL.
Yeah, CL is happy to take the book.
Yep, he'll pass it to you and say, I will pass this to my fellow marvelous noble over here. Please bring this back to Bavlorna for me. And if I could ask something else of you, please reassure her that I didn't steal it, but merely ensure its safekeeping. It was stolen from her by someone else. I tracked it down to the Darkling merchants, and in my gesture of goodwill, and I suppose for yours, it is in your best interest that you bring this to her if you wish to have a conversation with her, as the newest members of the Sogi Court, of course.
CL is going to give them a polite smile as they take the book and go, "Of course, Your Majesty. I understand fully that you would never dare to do such a thing, and neither would we. I will make sure that we communicate this situation clearly to the hand."
You are most cordial and very polite. Thank you very much. Bavlorna lives in the cottage just across the swamp here. And he'll point out into the mire where the fog is so thick, it acts almost like as an opaque curtain. But seemingly just through how dense it is, you'll notice the silhouette of a cottage almost on stilts. There are several clotheslines with tattered rags leading up to it that part through the mist, where you'll see that it rises almost like a very sinister landmark out of the water. There are lanterns on that flicker like candlelight, seemingly through the density of the fog before you. And he'll point to this very ominous looming structure quite in the middle of the grounds that you've been circling around in order to get to King Gullop, and he'll turn to you and say, "You'll need to cross over with one of our skiffs. If you head down to the docks in the west, which I presume is where you emerged from in the first place, you can take one of those over to the cottage. Once you're there, make sure you just make your way carefully up those steps, and you'll find yourself within Bavlorna's home. I wish you the best of luck, and I look forward to, well, seeing you emerge post-haste."
We are most grateful for your hospitality and your help. Thank you so much. And Ciel is going to politely bow to His Majesty with one hand behind their back.
Oz will seemingly just follow his lords in doing so and offer a bow as well.
Vivi will like take a sort of step and give a very sort of dramatic bow and say, "At your service, Your Majesty."
Odette will curtsy, and she will make sure that Trillian is watching her, so she knows how to do it correctly.
Oh boy. Here we go. Yeah, Trillian
It's-
tries
it's
to
enough.
curtsy. Okay, yeah, Trillian will curtsy. It's probably not the most smoothest thing, but it's still, having seen how Clapper Vivial the Scarecrow does the curtsy, she will kind of imitate it fairly well.
He will bow his head in respect for all of you and say, "Well, it has been a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Welcome to the Soggy Court." And you'll notice that all of the other frogs at this time begin to croak a very chipper song, seemingly in welcoming, and will regard you as well with a roll of their hands and a polite nod of their heads, and he will say, "You have been very cordial to me and my court, so I wish you luck in whatever conversation you wish to have with Bavlorna, and as members of the Soggy Court, please do feel free to count us as your allies. I've entrusted you within our house colors, so I will ask that you follow in the same manner that you have conducted here when you go to meet Bavlorna. I wish you well."
We will, of course, not make you lose face. And Ciel is going to smile at Odette.
Odette is going to smile back, and she is going to offer the king her thanks as well, before turning to whichever direction they were supposed to go in, because I've already forgotten which direction it was.
Me too.
Do you remember where you parked the skiff when you came with Agdon?
No.
And he parked the boat at like a dock. Okay, it's on the west. I'll
Thanks.
put you over there. I don't need you to travel back. I'm just gonna move you down to where you need to go.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah, no worries. I'm not. I figured that the thick mist on this map is not helpful.
No, I can barely see. I can only see where we've traveled.
Let me. I'm just gonna very briefly just turn off the dynamic lighting so you can see everything.
Whoa, this is huge.
Ooh, That's so
Yeah, it's massive.
cool.
So if you just look above you, you'll see that, you know, you've got, that's, the image above you is supposed to be how Downfall actually looks, and then obviously you can see, you've not even done, like, you've done like a third of this map, I guess, half, maybe? And so what you're trying to do right now is you're trying to get to the middle bit here, because that's where Bavlorna's cottage is, and if you look at the diagram above you, you can see the cottage specifically. It's where all the shopping clothing lines are leading to. Shopping lines.
Shopping? Did somebody say shopping?
Shopping. Let's go. That's fine
Right.
by me. Yeah, we will head west.
Oh, I'm supposed to
Yep.
change the dynamic lighting as well. It's not even supposed to look like this. It's supposed to look like that.
West.
Sorry, I've been a bit of an idiot. It's supposed to be like pale mist. All right. As you
Mm.
traverse your way back through the pale mist over the creaky walkways, the wooden planks sinking under your feet, you make your way back to the skiffs, where Agdon, only not too long ago, rode you all the way over to Downfall. As you head over to the docks, you'll notice that. Did I just bring a bullywug over with you? No, I didn't. I brought one with you by accident. As you make your way over to the docks, making your way round and parting the thick of the fog, moving through its density, only landmarked by the silhouettes of tall trees in the distance and the buildings that have flanked your way around the soggy core of Downfall. You'll notice as you arrive back at the docks that you almost notice that Clapperclaw appears to be trembling, and Clapperclaw will say,
Well, just out from here is Lorna's cottage, so if it's all right with you, I'd like to stay here. And when you come back, I'll be waiting here for you. I'll perch myself right on this ledge here, and I'll wait until I see your boat coming back. I hope that's all right.
I love them so much.
I want to cry whenever I hear them
Yeah.
speaking.
Oz
Literally.
is gonna turn around and like go down on one knee so he's like at Clapperclaw's height, and he's just gonna lift one of his bigger hands and just put it gently on top of the gorge and give it like a little rub and
Baby.
just say, "It's
Oh,
okay,
I
don't worry, we
love
would never make you do something you didn't want to."
they'll nod, seemingly quite thankful for you, and say,
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Oz. I really hope that's all right. I hope there's maybe a world where I'm a little bit stronger, or maybe even braver, and I could have come with you. But if we're to go out on a journey together, then maybe I'll learn it from you over the course of that. But at least for now, I hope everything goes well. Good luck with seeing Bavlorna.
Thank you, little one. I would be happy to teach you afterwards.
Yeah,
And
so
he's just
I
gonna
think
stand again and turn towards the party. Sorry.
That's fine. Ciel is also going to smile softly at Clapperclaw and just shake their head, going, I think this little child over here has had enough witches in their life to deserve a bit of a breather and let us handle her.
Mm, I couldn't agree more.
Clapperclaw will turn to you, CL, and say,
And be safe, CL. I know that we might not remember that we were friends once or how exactly we were, but I still care about you, and I'd still like to see you come back safe, please. And if we're going to go on a path together that maybe we remember things, I would like to do that with you and not without you. So I hope, well, I'm not sure how things really go with the hags of the Hourglass Cove, and as you can tell from myself, it's not always pleasant, but if there's anyone that might be able to get past Lorna and maybe outsmart her a bit, then I'm sure it'll be you. And then when you come back, you can all teach me how to be strong and brave. I think I'd really like that.
Ciel is going to nod back, almost once again a small polite bow. Well then, you have my word that I will be back safe and sound, and we can continue this journey together.
they'll nod their head, seemingly quite excited, to the point where you hear the jingle of the copper ringing around their gourd, and they'll kind of. Oh, this is how emotional this is making all of you is so funny to me.
It's so cute.
And they'll wave you off with one of their lobster claws. You can just kind of hear the clacking of it as they're
Well.
doing so. As Agdron will hop into the skiff and say, "Right then, well, seeming as you all look quite dapper in your new outfits, when you're ready to go, let me know, and I'll push this boat right off, and we'll get to Lorna's cottage in no time."
Oh, before they go, CL will like wander sort of over to Clapperclaw. There's a sort of like
CL?
what? CL. Oh my God, it's happening here as well. Oh no! Just
Yo, Ben, if you're still in the
You know what
chat,
would surprise me? If I
we're so
called,
back.
if I called like either Clapperclaw or CL Strife. That is
At this
the
point,
only thing that
if
would
I
have
had a
been
nickel for every
funnier.
time Lauren said a name as someone who began with an S that actually wasn't the character she was addressing at the time, I'd have 2 nickels this whole week, which is a lot, but it's fine. It's happened twice.
Fucking hell.
It's happening
Yeah.
in my homebrew as well.
Yep. I don't know why. Vivi
So funny.
will wander over to Clapperclaw. There is a real like soft smile on her face, and she looks at him and she goes, "You know, bravery comes in all shapes and sizes, and if you ask me, I think you coming along with us and introducing yourself to us, and from everything Jingle Jangle has told us, you sound like quite the brave one."
They'll put their like lobster claws in front of their face, almost as if they've got their hands like covering their mouth, and they'll turn to you and say,
Oh, that's very kind of you to say. I suppose if I've had to be brave, it's because I've had to be, not because maybe I've realized that I have been. But I really appreciate it. I think sometimes we are made strong, and we don't even realize it until, well, I've come all the way here from hither. That's not exactly.
sorry, not hither, the other one. What's the other one called?
Thither.
Tidder.
Thither.
Thank you.
I've come all the way here from thither, and, well, I suppose in my mind that wasn't too far, but I look over the thick of the fog and the tall trees and the vast horizon, and I think, well, that's pretty far. And yeah, well, I'll have a think about what you said. Thank you.
She gives him like a little pat on the head and goes, "And thank you, Clapperclaw." And she'll play them like a little like melody on on her pan flute with a smile before wandering over to the boat. Boat.
Agdon in the skiff, like, well, we're going.
On in the gaff. Act on in the gaff.
Oz gets
Air in
in,
the
but he's
gaff.
just glaring daggers at Agdon. And he just like takes his hands and he just that does the motion of the pointing to his eyes and then pointing at Agdon as in like I'm watching you.
Ronnie, you've heard of be in the gaff, but wait until you hear hair in the boat.
Hair in the skiff.
Hair in the gaff.
Oh god.
Hair in the skiff. Right. As you all pile into the skiff, obviously it's smaller on the screen than it actually is supposed to be in in real life, so bear with. The boat rocks around in the. Sorry, Benson in the chat. Lauren just loves shooting stray shots.
No!
As the boat rocks with the weight of all of you clambering in, the wood clunking underneath your shoes, Agdon will go ahead and reach for his paddle tied to his back and push you off into the water. As you begin to part through the fog, the density almost unraveling like a curtain that appears to reveal Lorna's cottage, you sail across the river, pushing aside lily pads on your way, the water rippling around you, until you find your way onto, not literally takes about a minute, onto another dock. Where Agdon will park the skiff once more and will hop off and allow you all to join him. This walkway is quite narrow. It is creaky and battered, and it looks like the stilts in the water are just about hanging on as they sink into the mud below. The wood here is damp, seemingly from the tides of the swamp water. And as you arrive here, you will you'll notice there are actually 4 flights of wooden steps that rise out of the swamp, ending at a trap door on the underside of Bavorna's cottage, which is perched atop tall, thick wooden stilts and once again, as you park the skiff, you will find yourself surrounded again by dense fog, as if the rest of Downfall, the soggy court, all the people that you've met here so far, just begin to melt away, almost as if you were in another domain entirely. Agdon will turn to you and just standing up under the trapdoor and say, well, I suppose this is it. When you're ready, let me know, and we'll head on in.
Well, I am
Return
ready
the
whenever
present.
you are.
Yeah, I guess there's no point delaying. I guess we can go. When
No
everyone is ready.
time like the present, as
I
they
was
say.
literally about to say that.
That's what I just said. I don't know if it came through.
Oh
I
no,
did
I didn't
mumble
hear
it.
you. I'm sorry, my love.
It's fine. I'm used to it. I'm joking, I'm joking. I mumble too much.
Honest, yeah.
Um,
Well,
Phoebe is like the last person to get out of the boat, and for a moment she just stands there and she's just fixed. As everyone's sort of saying that they're ready to go, she's her fists are sort of clenched and she's stood and she just goes, Yeah, yes, no time like the present. Yes, yes, how right you all are.
Oz
Fuck.
is just gonna turn to Vivi, noticing the kind of shift in her demeanour and her voice, and he's just gonna place a hand on her shoulder and just speak to her softly and with gentle eyes. It's okay, V, you've got this. We're right beside you, remember? We won't let anything happen.
I, 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 I don't know why I'm shivering so much, but or why I've played in front of hundreds of people at once, and that is enough to normally send someone running off crying. Such pressure, but this is scary. My first time playing an instrument in front of anybody.
I think Ciel is also going to turn towards Vivi with also gentle smile, almost understanding, going, playing in front of many is incomparable to being bare to them. You play with a mask, it's a performance, and you're fabulous at it. You show them what you want and you guide them with your music. This is probably an ugly endeavor when you have to be stripped and look inside.
She, like her fist sort of clenched. She goes, "Well, at least when I was playing in front of people, I knew what I was scared of. Whether it's the hag herself or whatever she has waiting for all of us, I don't know."
Phoebe,
She like looks up at you.
you are not alone. You will not be facing her by yourself. We are here with you. If you are nervous, you can stand behind me.
I was
Do not
gonna say
worry.
the same thing. Just stay behind us, we'll get to the bottom of this, don't worry. We'll demand some answers from that hag.
She will be in her debt, at the very least. The king has afforded us such pleasantries, I suppose. Who knows?
Actually,
Go on.
can we inspect the book?
Oh shit, yeah, we should.
The fuck?
We totally should, actually.
That's a really
While
good
you guys
idea.
are doing that, Oz is just gonna whisper gently to Vivi and just say, if you get scared at any point, just hold my hand, it will be okay.
She looks at like all of you with like there's a sort of genuine smile there. She just there's sort of like something just almost strikes across her face, and she goes, I'm so sorry I have to be like this in front of all of you. Normally I go in unafraid of anything, but yet this feels like the most terrifying thing I've ever done."
It's okay. What are friends for?
Yeah.
Even if it
Yes.
is, You're not alone.
Yeah, Trillian is not going to say anything, which will definitely just nod in acknowledgement of everyone else, basically meaning the same thing.
It's hard to cast aside your fear in moments where it feels like it will engulf you. But if you feel that happening, know that you can hold on to one of us, and we will pull you through that darkness and that fear, and you will come out on the other side. I'm sure my lady will protect you as well.
She just like nods, like bites her lip a little, but regards all of you with genuine like gratitude, and she goes, I know one thing, that if I were hit by myself, I probably would have gone swimming into that swamp, no matter how many warts, ugh, God forbid, sprung up on my arms. But I'm glad I have all of you here, and I appreciate it.
It is our pleasure to be here.
Oz just shoots you a big smile.
Yeah, what CL says, we're here because we want to be, not because we feel well. We want to be here for you, not because we think we have to be.
Trill's right. Now, chin up, Lady of the Liar. Come on.
She like nods a little, and it's like an almost like very like uncharacteristic, like there's like all of this is just like not like her at all and things, and she struggles to even. I feel like if in any kind of other situation, like where you think that someone like her would have been able to shake this off, there's still a sort of unease about her, but she will, after some moments, just nod, even as she's like nodding, like the shaking of her chin. Yeah, she's still very vividly, very nervous.
Sorry, I just
but
realized what you
sorry,
said.
I'm so sorry. But she is kind of like hanging around at the back, like sort of edging sort of towards the back behind Billion and Oz, and yeah, just hangs out at the back. Sorry, fuck, I felt a hiccup coming. Like,
You're fine.
I said that. Yeah,
It's okay, you're just very in character with your nerves for,
Yeah,
for BV.
The, you know what?
she
The
is
swamp gas,
shitting
we're so
bricks.
back. The swamp gas that gave hiccups to Oz.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No!
No!
Here we are. The
It's came back.
return.
She is,
No, I'm
yeah.
joking. There's no
shitting
swamp gas
bricks.
balloons at all.
I would still like to cheekily inspect that book.
I was just about to come here. I was going to say, hey, CL, you want to read the book? Yeah. Okay, so, right. So it is a very large, old book with a very worn away leather cover. It is hefty. It's got a lot of very thick parchment pages that have been like wrinkled. Some of them stick out at odd angles, and the spine always feels like it's about to fall apart, though the entire thing is very heavy in your hands. And you will see on the front, scrawled in very messy writing, is just some words to say, Big Book of Bad Blood. And if you open it, you are immediately met with a wave of dust that comes out to meet your nostrils. This is a very old book, and it makes you perhaps reflexively sneeze. It has that kind of very aging old book smell, but it does smell like it has been in a very old lived-in cottage. It has been resting on a shelf, and while it has been used recently, it is still something that carries the weight of how long it has been written in for. As you open the book, CL, you notice that this book contains of entries of a lot of names, what the person is, the offence, and the status, seemingly, of Bavlorna's revenge on the individual. Most of the older entries in the book aren't familiar to you, but there are some new ones that you do recognise. For example, there is one that says, Entry, King Gollop the 19th. Offence, allowed Sir Talavar to escape with one of my prized balloons. Status, yet to act. And another that says, Sir Talavar and... Oh, what is the name of the thing? What is the one that went with him? The one that died. What is your name? It's like Wigglewog or something. Yeah, Wigglewog. Sir Talavar and Wigglewog. Sir Talavar and Wigglewog. Offense, stole the prize balloon from me. Status, sent an air elemental after them. Balloon was reported destroyed and Wigglewog dead. And then there is another that says, and this is a name you don't recognize. It says Entry, Octavian Meliamna. Offense, refused to give me his still beating heart as payment. Status, I took his heart by force and replaced it with one of a goat.
Okay. Do I find Agdon in it?
Lol.
That's a great question. No, I don't think so, because technically Agdon hasn't done anything to her. She just has him in a deal, which is, as long as you keep bringing me things, I will ensure your freedom. And the minute he stops, she's going to put him back up on that tree. So no, I don't think he'd be in here because he's not technically committed an offence. She's just got him in a bit of an advantageous position where he's committing crime for her benefit.
Next question. Do I find
Mhm.
any of our names in this book?
God.
That's what I was curious about too.
Sorry, I've got to think about this now. Oh my god. I'm like, shit, how do I do this without giving the game away too much? Let me roll something, hold on.
You can always rip a page off.
You know what, Barbara? That's a great idea.
Or the writing's really faded because it's old.
Yeah.
There are about over hundreds of pages in this book. It would probably take you all day to go through them. And with yourself at the entrance of Bellorna's cottage, you would imagine that maybe some of your names do lie in this book, but as the ink is almost faded and some of the pages are actually missing, you know when books get so tattered that like pieces of them will just like start to fall out?
Yeah.
Like it will just have
Yep.
sections of pages that will break away from the spine. You would imagine that it's probably that old. So where there might have been some entries, they may be laying around the floor of the Vlorna's cottage instead. Those are the immediate ones that you do see upon opening the book, though.
So my eyes do linger on Octavian, which is I don't recognize.
Yeah. I'd say none of you recognize that name. I would say, Vivi, could you roll me a history check, please?
Indeedy. 8.
Sure. The name seems a little bit familiar to you. It might feel like maybe another fellow bard that you might have encountered on the road somewhere. You're not entirely sure why, but it does feel like it's you have heard a source of music here while you've been out here, and
Yes.
something within your brain tells you that this might have been someone that you've passed on the road, a fellow bard you played the song with once or twice. But nothing really past that, just a sense of familiarity.
She she lowers a finger sort of towards that name, and she, when people just sort of like are like looking at something and they're like clicking their fingers trying to think of something, and she just goes, "This name is a name. It doesn't seem
Yeah, quite correct.
entirely strange. Oh, sorry.
No, you're quite correct. It's a Liverpool time. That's it.
Yeah. Whatever it is, I don't quite know. I've met many people, but can't quite look away from it.
What did you say that happened to Octavian? They got a heart.
So
Um,
it was refused to give her Ravlona wrote, refused to give me his still beating heart as payment. Status, I took his heart by force and replaced it with a goat's heart.
Damn.
Well, I say we have quite an interesting book in our hands, don't you think?
Do you think it's worth? I mean, I guess I could see why she wants it, but is it worth maybe not giving it so
Mm,
freely?
But if we don't give it to her, then we lose our footing.
This
You
is
never
her
might
favour.
have fun.
Brilliant will take out of her backpack some calligrapher's supplies and parchments, and just kind of look at people and go, do you think we have time to copy at least something of it, or do we just need to go?
Hmm.
Mm,
How quickly can you copy it down?
I mean, if it's simple, I don't know. We can't copy the entire book for sure. Maybe a page
Hmm.
or two.
You know what
I
to
have
do? Copy
yeah.
the writing style. Are you able to do that?
I can give it a go. What would I need to do to? What would I roll for that?
Have you got the kit on your sheet?
I mean, I've just got parchment and calligraphy supplies. It just says Guardian
Ability,
Forgery,
dexterity.
Dexterity.
Right, six and that goes against forgery.
Let me
Go ahead.
interject. Trillian, if we do want to copy things or perhaps add things, depends. I am versed in creating scripts that only we can understand. It's an illusion. It will be unintelligible to anyone that I do not wish it to be read by.
I think Trillium will therefore kind of just offer these 8 pieces of parchment paper and her supplies to Ciel and go, well, if that means you're more versed in it, maybe you can give it an attempt. Although,
Hmm.
again, maybe quickly. I don't know how long we can necessarily stand here without attracting unwanted attention.
Odette has like an idea, and she thinks what Trillium suggested is actually really smart. Because if we were to
Oh, thank you.
try and play the sisters against one another, if we were able to copy the way that Vivlorna writes in this book, we could maybe convince one of the sisters that she is planning to do something to them eventually.
True.
So
That
if
is-
CL were to copy that down in a script that nobody else can understand, that could be really helpful to them for later.
This is a mystery tool that will help us for later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the mystery mouse tool or whatever.
Mystery mouse control. Odette thinks this is a really smart idea, and she agrees. And she says, "CL, I think it would be very prudent for you to do something like that. Copy a page or so. If we can get her writing style under, well, figured out, then maybe we can use it to our advantage later. That way, we can still give the book to Bavlorna and still be on, well, in a better place for making deals."
Yes, and perhaps try and find one of the pages that might interest us. For example, the deal with Golub seems to be quite a good, well,
Hmm.
negotiation to if we want to have the king on our side.
It's possible. I think it's a good idea
Yeah.
nonetheless, though. I think it's a good idea overall. Smart
Is
thinking,
this
Trillian.
something that only one person can do, or can we help them at all?
I think if you're versed in the skill, you can help. I think if you weren't, I'll.
What skill per se would you say that is?
It would be this spell.
Ah, probably not. It was a case that was actually copying anything down is more so what I was asking.
They
Never
have
mind.
writing,
Sure.
they're also just adding illusion to it. So
Yeah, I'm very happy for you to let you cast this, yeah. Absolutely.
lovely. Then you will see CL sit down. Once again, they are sitting down very carefully. Like they're not sitting down as they would normally sit down in a more relaxed way, but more they still keeping their back straight. They'll take the book, they'll take the parchment and the ink, and very carefully, almost like a scribe, start copying the Valona's one of the pages, specifically the one with Gollop's deal and the punishment, starting to copy while using the illusory script to not let Bologna see that they have a copy of one of her book pages.
Absolutely. Okay. You'll manage to very expertly copy this down in a very short amount of time. You do this very speedily with very deft hands that allow you to, with the magic imbued within your fingertips, effectively replicate what has been written down on this one page of the book, which depicts entries that you do know and perhaps some of which you do not. Either way, this works very well, and almost when you look at these pages, they are, if just looking at the text alone, it would be very tricky to tell them apart.
The designated people to understand this are obviously the party, not Agdon. Agdon looks around and that looks like absolute gibberish.
That's so funny.
That's so
Agdon,
good.
Agdon looking at that like, I ain't reading all that.
What'd you say fuck me for?
As Ciel is going to kind of lift their head, pick up the book in one hand, pick up the parchment in the other one, and like show to the party, going, "Is that acceptable?"
Wow,
Perfect.
great job.
Thank you, Oz. You're always very supportive.
You're more skilled than I gave you credit for, CL.
I do have many talents that I just prefer to keep hidden.
That's our CL for you.
I respect that. Well, make sure the parchment's hidden, and close the book, and maybe then we can get on our way.
Of course. And they are going to close the book. They're going to actually pick another book out of their bag. This one, you've seen them carry it in their hand while during the fight, as they're going to open it like just randomly. And inside, you'll see there's actually scribbles in very different handwritings all over it. And also not in the same language at all, as they're going to just put the parchment inside of it and close it again and put it back into the backpack.
Okay. Well, with TL very expertly replicating the text on the page, whenever you're ready to head up into the cottage, let me know.
Oz is going to turn to Trillian and just give them a light elbow and just say, well, we should lead the way considering we're supposed to be the bodyguards. It wouldn't look very appropriate if we were to send our lord and lady first into the wild, would it?
Trillian will nod and go, yeah, we're protecting our lord and lady. I still
Exactly.
I still can't believe my plan is actually being followed. Yeah,
You should have
Should
more
we-
faith in yourself, Trill. Vivi, maybe you should stand behind us almost like you're announcing them.
The prospect for her face almost like just like she is almost like pale as a sheet, and she just goes, "Can I
Maybe
sit this one out, please?
Vivi?
Just this once, yes."
You can stand behind me. You don't
I
have
feel
to
that
feeling that the
announce
caboose would be
anything.
good.
You don't have to announce anything, you don't have to say anything. You can pretend to be my handmaiden. You don't have
Agnon
to
will
speak.
actually chip in at this point and he'll say, I don't know if you remember, but I did mention to you before when we were back in, my tollway, that if you've been in Prisma for quite some time, which I believe you have, then Lorna is probably already aware that you are coming. She's actually probably already been aware since the moment that we swam into this part of Downfall, to be honest. From the moment our skiff parted the mists over there, I would imagine that she's had her eyes on us this whole time. Don't worry too much about your facade now. I think knowing that she's been expecting Prisma's newest travellers is probably enough.
Ah.
Again, she's not in any place to be unhospitable, given the rules that occur here, so don't worry yourself too much. You've got a bit more of a bargaining chip than most show up with, so there's that.
Does that mean she saw us copying her book?
He thinks for a moment and kind of like closes one eye and he says, not sure. I'm sure she spotted you coming in. One of her windows points right out into the part of the swamp in which we entered. But from what I can hear, and you'll see one of his ears almost like perk up as he goes to listen. He goes, and he'll pause and as if he's listening very intently, and he'll say, "Appears she's in the middle of something at the moment. Conversation with someone else, other individuals. Well, we'll just have to see who they are when we go in, I suppose. Maybe she hasn't had time to watch. Hags are powerful creatures, but they can't see everything."
That's helpful, Agadon.
It's
Thank
the
you.
most useful you've been.
He'll nod and offer you a very
Close.
shy smile. Go ahead, Ciel.
Just how close can you get to the cottage to hear who she's talking to? Out of curiosity.
He kind of sniffs the air with his nose as you're watching his whiskers kind of twitch and say, "Hmm? Well, probably about from here, but they sound like they're keeping their voices quite hush-hush on purpose. If we go up into the cottage, well, you know, we, I've been here a couple of times, regretfully. She doesn't live on the first floor. There's a couple floors, as you can see from the height of this damn thing. She's, well, if we go up onto the first, I can probably hear a little bit of what they're talking about. It's a tad easier, but of course, that's when you're ready to head through the door."
We have been out here longer than I would like, so let's head in.
Yes. A swamp is no place for a lady, is it?
No. I loathe it.
Ciel is going to politely nod and just continue walking towards the cottage.
Yeah, I imagine we're gonna need to go single file with how thin the bridges are.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Agdon's at the entry, so he'll go ahead and say, "All right then, after me. No time like the present." And he'll go and like shoot his, he'll jump and like kind of to kind of push the trap door open, where you'll hear it like unlock with a bit of a creak, and you'll see as he will hop up through the door, seemingly landing with a thud onto the side of the floorboards, and he will hold the trapdoor up open for you to climb through. There is a ladder suspended down to where you're stood, so I'm just going to go ahead and put you on the map.
Yeah.
I'm going to change the music as well. Okay.
This is the first time Odette's let somebody climb up a ladder after her, by the way.
Okay, I put you all on your map. You should be able to see yourselves.
We're making progress with Odette, the Ice Queen.
You're in the bottom right of the map. All right, so here we go. As you take each freaky step up the ladder, you find yourselves now within Bavlorna's cottage. Before you, just below in the water, from where you've headed up from the murky lake, a recessed pool lined with mouldy clay tiles takes up most of this large square room. Stagnant water fills the depression to a depth of 1 foot. Rising from the pool's center is the head of a stone well that gives off an unpleasant, pungent odor. In one corner of the pool stands a tall, dirty, freestanding mirror in an oval frame, and floating on the water is a large lily pad. Creaky wooden floorboards are arranged in a 10-foot wide raised walkway around the pool, where you've just come up to. This walkway is crowded with shelves, tables, and stools in all shapes and styles. Almost every available surface is littered with stacks of dirty plates, scraps of food, and old junk. Dressing dummies are pushed together in one corner. A wooden staircase spirals up from another corner. 5 closed doors lead from the room that you are currently in. You are overcome with this sense of unease as if you are somewhere that you are not supposed to be. Yet, it is not uncomfortable. It is a sickening feeling of being welcomed in, perhaps going towards a force you'd rather not face, a deadly hag from the Hourglass Coven, one that you've only heard much about up until this point, connected to some of you perhaps more than others. It is perhaps an unpleasant feeling as you enter, though almost hostile welcoming that feels like someone here has been expecting you. And as every step that you take creaks across the floorboard as if the house itself is beginning to signal your entry, you only hope that before the Bright Straw, the hag that you come here to see, will only be amicable to your arrival within her cottage, suspended in the middle of the area of Hither known as Downfall. The staircase is in the top left. It's a little bit, obviously you will have different vision depending on where you are in the house, because of the way that this is set out. So feel free to, explore, go find where the stairs are. If you'd like to head up the stairs, have any conversations you'd like to have now as you're on this map.
Does it smell better in here than it did outside?
No.
Worse?
Yeah, a lot of the
Yeah.
plates are clung to each other with moldy, rotting food, and it's not very pleasant, or it's not been cleaned in quite some time. It's quite filthy, and the kind of stagnant pool of water in the middle really does not help.
I
Creepy.
don't understand how somewhere could smell worse than a swamp.
I presume by creating an even worse swamp inside where swamps should not be.
As she's walking
And you'll
by
see
the plate, she's like trying not to throw up.
Ciela's kind of looking quite displeased by the setting too.
Should we quickly make our way out of here before Odette vomits?
Yep. I agree.
Sounds about right to me too. And Ciela's going to very determinedly go towards the stairs.
Yeah. Odette is Loki. She's moving so quickly. She's Loki dragging Agdon.
Lol.
Oh no.
Can't catch a break.
Agdon, please tell me you have a worse sense of smell than humans do, because if you don't, I am very sorry.
He shakes his head almost in a cartoonish manner, and he says, "No, I don't."
It's very bad. It's very bad. And you've been here more than once.
Yes. Unfortunately.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is awful.
Would you
do
believe
that
me if I
like
told you that
this?
it was? Would you believe me if I told you that this is worse than last time?
I would believe that. I would
I'd believe
definitely
that
believe
too.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
They rush upstairs. They rush upstairs. This is disgusting.
As you...
I was about to say, Vivi like taps like Odette's shoulder and go, I am never complaining about Baldur's Gate again.
I know. This Baldur's Gate feels like paradise in comparison.
Makes Baldur's Gate feel like the heavenly perfume.
I know. It's disgusting. Oh.
all right, you heading up the staircase?
Absolutely, we're rushing up the staircase.
Okay.
All of us are.
Move you
All of us.
over through the map.
Working it,
Then
but
so,
yep.
your nerves only begin to soar as you head up this spiral staircase. They are narrow and thin, and these stairs are almost a little bit too close to each other for comfort. You'd imagine that perhaps falling down them in a rush would not be the hardest thing to do, but still, yet in your desperation to get away from the smell that surrounds this room, you rush upstairs as quick as you can, the creaking steps behind you only getting louder, and perhaps already telling Lorna that you are here already. Oh god, this is a tiny little space, isn't it? Bloody hell. Sorry, I don't know if you can see this, guys. I'm just look up. I've moved you to another bit of the map. It's tiny.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're still on the other screen for me.
No. You're on the same screen. Just scroll up.
Oh,
Yeah, scroll out and then you'll see it. And you
Oh,
can scroll back.
Oh,
oh, it is
Yeah.
tiny. Are we all
So-
squished
Oh,
against
no.
each other? Oh no.
Yeah, a little bit. As you head up
come
these,
back, come back.
um,
Oh my god.
as you ascend these rickety stairs here, you find yourselves uh, in in a hallway, in a very tight, packed one that almost feels very claustrophobic. The walls of this dank hallway are covered with scores of portraits depicting grumpy, sad, frightened, and angry people. Can you see there's like these little like frames that are like along the wall
Yeah.
here as you come up? They're literally all around you, even in the little space that you're in at the moment, right? So. The figures include humans, elves, halflings, bullywugs, and goblins, among others. The portraits are rendered in a variety of mediums, including paintings, etchings, and sketches. All are displayed in gaudy gilded frames that appear to have rusted with age and have not been dusted in quite some time. A framed oval mirror 2 feet wide and 5 feet tall hangs in the middle of one wall, and you can actually see this one here. It's this little blue one for anyone who's in that part of the hallway. As you go up the stairs and Agdon is stood by a door to his east, he'll say, "Well, no point whispering, but I believe I can hear Bavlorna better than I could down there. I think she's just in this next room. So, well, I'm as ready as I will be. How about the rest of you?"
I'm good to go. Vivi, are you ready?
She very like she's just staring. She's just sort of like her eyes sort of widen, and she just goes, "Yeah, I think so."
All right. Lead the
Oz
way
takes a
then.
bit of his sash on his belt and just kind of puts it in Vivi's hand and just says, "We're right here with you. Don't worry. You can just grab my hand at any time."
She will go and grab his hand, and just go, "Thank you."
He just puts his other hand on top of it and just gives her hand like a little rub, and turns and starts to lead Vivi out with him.
She hides behind Oz.
He's doing everything to protect her with his body height and stuff like that, just kind of keeping her behind him.
I think Trillian, also being tall, will kind of see Oz doing this and then take her side next to Vivi and nod at Oz and go, "Yeah, that's right, both of us. We aren't going to get anything get to you."
Odette's gonna
Exactly.
smile at that.
I don't know what's worse, the smell or this sick feeling in my stomach that just won't fuck off.
It's the smell.
Let's
Definitely the smell.
Let's get
I
this
don't-
done and over with to get Vivi out of here as soon as possible.
It's
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about this one, Trillian. I don't know about this one.
I think we're gonna have to kill
Believe
these guys, Julian.
Believe it's the smell, and then you can convince your mind that things aren't as bad.
We'll see.
Okay, I think we're good to head in then. Agdon, if you could lead the way.
All right. Agdon will take a deep breath, almost as if he is stealing his own nerves, and he'll nod reassuringly and then go ahead and knock on the door. You'll notice that the conversation from the next room between seemingly two hushed, croaky voices almost pauses. And Agdon will then nod at you again, seemingly to tell you that that's his cue for you to go in. So he will go ahead and push open the door. Squint, you'll notice that he shuts his eyes and almost wrinkles his face as he does so, as he pushes into the next room, and will allow you to follow in after him.
Odette will follow in after. It just won't let me.
Literally move your token one space to the right.
It won't let me.
Click on. Can you not click on it and move it like, with arrow pads?
Right? Yeah, it won't let
Yeah, I
me
think
move right.
door-
I can
the
only
Oh,
move
door
okay,
left.
right.
counting as locked.
Okay, then there's a barrier. Sorry. Hold on one sec.
Oh, there you go.
Cheers, Queen.
Let me in. Let me in.
Let me in!
I'm moving you at the same time you guys are moving yourself. So it's putting you back. Stop! Everyone,
Ew.
stop!
Ew, 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 ew,
Oh,
ew,
oh, oh,
ew,
Oh,
ew,
that's not
ew.
great. That's not
Oh.
great.
oh, hello, oh, oh, oh.
Oh, your reaction's killing me.
That's fucking gross. Ew, what? Ew, what? Ew,
Oh
what?
my.
Get that thing to fuck.
Well, unfortunately, you need to speak to that thing. Or rather,
Yeah.
funny opponent. Oh my god. Right, okay, so. I mean, that's actually so funny. Elle's reactions. I need to go back and clip that. I like to imagine Oz is doing this in real time. Oz just gets banished, gets cast banishment on him.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
just see like a
right.
bit of a grimace on his face, but then he quickly regains his composure.
Okay, as you come into this room, the stench is not much better. It is an assault on your nostrils, and perhaps looking into the middle of the room is an assail on your senses altogether. Two creatures are having a conversation over tea in the middle of this room. The first figure is seated in a time-worn armchair. She is a tall, lean woman of grey complexion, dressed in black with a wide-brimmed hat obscuring her eyes. The other figure is a toad-like creature with bulging eyes and cracked skin. It is clad in a shapeless garment and sits on one end of a love seat with its legs pulled up beneath it. Flies disgustingly flit in and out of its mouth, which hangs agape when it isn't speaking. Two tiny versions of the creature cling to it like pets. Miniature and almost just quite disturbing. The room is filthy. There are dirty dishes, even more so than there were downstairs, and bits of discarded food lie everywhere. The furniture was perhaps once of fine quality, but now stains of mysterious origin mottle every surface. The upholstery has been patched numerous times. Set with its back to the wall in one corner is a hulking wooden cabinet. Sturdy legs support the bottom of the cabinet, 6 inches above the floor. A decrepit wooden staircase climbs up the wall in another corner. And as you open the door, you'll watch as the creature in the middle, you realize, is actually Bavlorna Brightstraw. Her skin is brittle and cracked. She is toad-like in manner. And you'll watch as her eyes just, turn to follow you all through the room. No, there's no other part of her that moves, as her eyes almost bulge out of her head. And as you come into view and you all enter the room, as filtering in as the last of you enters, she speaks to you in a low, croaking voice. And she waits for you all, and there's a pause as she just very unnervingly looks at you. And then says,
What act of desperation compels you to enter my home, little darlings?
I think. Oh,
Sorry, am I the one that's supposed to be speaking here? Or does
completely up
I.
to you.
Yep.
yeah?
I honestly like CL is going to answer if you want them to.
Go. No, you go. I love seeing this side of CL. It's really interesting, honestly.
As CL is going to just gently cock their head with a polite smile and go, well, act of desperation is quite harsh of a judgment. Perhaps there is curiosity behind of it, or a simple act of service.
I realize I'm not showing you a picture of her, trigger warning,
You
before
don't
the
have
bright
to.
straw.
Oh god.
Oh.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't like her.
Kind of funny.
You don't have to! What if I did anyway?
I'm not gonna lie,
Trigger
I like the
warning
little
drop.
tiny versions of her though. I think the little tiny
Why don't
versions
you
of her are
Bavlorna?
kind of cute, but I don't like
Mini
her.
Bavlorna.
I will say, the creature that sat next to her, actually, Mayol, I need to tell you this while this is happening, has the name of one of your cats, and I need to say it before she says it. The creature that sat up is, yeah, I'm not even, look, hold on, wait. I'm not even, this is the name of the character. I didn't pick this.
Oh my god! It's my wee creepy boy.
My wee freaky man.
I just needed you to know. I can also show you a picture of this figure. For some reason, there's not a handout for them. They are called Charm. So hold on, I'll make one right now.
That's so good.
Chum. I saw the name and went, oh, it's May.
Ah.
Oh,
My son.
see, look at that.
My freaky little flower.
Oh
My
gosh,
guy,
Amy.
my wee guy has a cameo in this campaign. Let's go.
Your wee guy does look admittedly a lot pretty.
Yeah,
I've just
just a wee
saved the
bit.
image. Google, why are you pretending I haven't? Oh my gosh, come on. Bruh. Come on. Let me save the picture! It's not let me save it. God. I don't want to save it as a web page file, please. Okay, fine, I'll use this one. What? Okay. So the picture's called Charm Tea Time. I'm gonna die. It's what you two say when you're calling your cats for dinner. Charm.
Lol.
Nah, I
That's
shout
Charm.
Wayne's.
Yeah,
It's
we
dinner
shout
time.
Wayne's. We shout Wayne's
There you
dinner
go.
time, and then like we'll say their names. If
You
we
know,
need to.
Charm's kind of a baddie.
Yep.
Charm's kind of a baddie. She's significantly nicer to look at.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I think anyone's nicer to look at in comparison
Than
to
To
Before.
Bevlarna,
Bevlarna.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ciel,
Agree.
as you speak, you'll notice that Bevlarna's eyes are like staring at you. Very makes you feel a great sense of unease. And then after you finish your sentence, you'll watch as she like turns her head. And she does so in a way that almost feels like she's cracking a bone. There's an ample like crunch as she like angles her head to just tilt it to like look at you. The noise is just absolutely bone chilling.
She
And
gives
she'll
like
turn
a
it
dead
to-
body vibe.
Yeah, she'll look at you almost turning her head 90 degrees, and then a very toothy smile will like emerge across her face as you'll watch these flies scatter and seemingly just dart into the air. And then she'll turn her gaze to Agdon. And oh, his reaction's so funny. And she'll turn it back to you, and then Cleo, again making this just very, just really off-putting, just cracking noise. It's almost like a tree branch crunching as she turns back to you. And she then takes a really almost it's like an interrupted inhale in the air as she doesn't really move towards you, but you just hear her just as she looks at you, CL, and then says, again, once in this low croaking voice, it feels like it has a tad of amusement to it. Sorry, the chat is so funny. And she keeps a sickening smile upon her face, and she says,
I almost didn't recognize you there, Ciel.
Oh my god.
Ew.
Everyone, I need a tally for how many times you've all said ew, it's so funny.
The scream I scrubbed.
Okay.
And she'll continue and say, she'll continue. She'll continue and say,
You always were a brave one. What brings you back into my neck of the woods?
some local fucking
God.
celebrity is so funny.
B-list
Give me a
celebrity in
sec.
the world.
Um. Okay. Ronnie, I'm going to leave it to you. Do you want me to do a performance check here or not?
To do what, Barbara?
I need to
I'm
basically
gonna.
to understand how I'm going to approach this.
Oh God.
I can
I want you to
continue
approach
on the
it
same
whatever
line
way
I've
you
been
want.
in. Ooh.
Whatever CL feels like CL should do.
Ooh.
It's alright, you won't be the
Okay.
only one being bullied here right now, it's okay. You won't be the only
No,
one
I'm,
solo targeted, but it's fine.
Yeah. Laughs nervously.
I'm no, I think that was a natural 20, so Ciel is going to look pensive as they will look back at Pablona, kind of holding back a bit of a, displeased stare from Pablona's entire lack of charm. Um, as they will go, well, I am glad to see that you are so much hospitable to me as I am back. Though I do have to say that my last visit is but a blur to me at the moment, so I cannot quite recall what terms we were on.
She emits this very sinister chuckle that feels like it just comes from the wells of her throat, wherever that is on her body, you can't really tell. And she'll retort back to you and say,
What a pleasant surprise. You know, I suppose time has been kind to you. Always the blooming rose, but still a thorn in my side. Yet on such an unexpected occasion, you brought some wonderful guests with you.
and she'll her neck, and she'll
Ew.
look at you immediately, Vivi, like literally through the gap between where you're stood between CL and Oz. And it's literally like hearing a tree branch break, and it's just her bones, seemingly from however long she's been alive, just grinding against each other to look at you. Literally, it's like it snaps into place, and she'll just catch you at the where you stood at the back, Vivi. And she'll look at you, and her gaze will feel like it's like a hand that plunges through your chest and just grabs your heart suddenly, as if you can feel it very beating very intensely. And she will look at you, and it just crack her neck once again as she turns her head at another inclined angle, and say,
It's lovely to finally meet you, Miss Vivian Il Torchel.
No, how the fuck do you know her? Okay, right, okay.
Oz is going to
That's not
instantly
in
wonder
turn
character.
why.
move
That's not in
to shield
character.
her.
"This is
That's
so
not in
funny for
character.
me. I'm having the
That's
best
not in
time."
character. Okay. Hang on a minute, right.
How do, Lauren, you just did the Eggman. Oh, how do you know my middle name?
Yeah, I did. Evie hears like Pavlona say her full name, and like her eyes widen. She looks like a fucking like that. Like her eyes are about to pop out of her skull. And she's go, "Who's Vivian L. Torture? I don't know who you're talking about. If you know, if she'll sort of clear her throat and goes, I am the songbird of a sword coast lady, a song laureate of a lyre flute of a turn age. I don't know who this El Torture woman is. Very funny. Yes. she's
Breathe.
shitting bricks.
Oz is gonna like have his hand resting on the pauldron of his the polder. Sorry, I can't remember what it's called. Of
Pauldron.
his sword, and just kind of
Oh,
shield
mind.
Vivi from her, and just kind of tell her under his breath to like, Viv, take a breath.
It's okay, Oz. She's lying. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Ciel is going to kind of look back with curiosity at Vivian, just to go, oh my, Miss Vivian. Are you sure we want to play games here now?
Yes.
Fair enough.
I love Evie.
Sorry, I'm dying. Are you sure you want to play games here now? Yes!
Evie will look at Pavlora and just go, you know, just the
Valid.
sound of your name makes me sick, and seeing you in person. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Viv!
What is the truth? And I didn't even need to look at her. Every time I heard. Listen, I don't know why. You have done nothing to provoke such a reaction from me, but clearly everything here happened for a reason, right? Maybe I should just shut up. Hi.
You'll see the
Oz gives
figure
her
sta-
hand a reassuring squeeze.
you'll Oz, as you kind of take Vivi's hand in yours, just a little note for you before I go to the figure behind you. You'll notice that her hand is very cold. It's obviously very sweaty. But there's something about having a hand as small as Vivi's in yours that feels oddly familiar to you. It feels warm, comforting, even in the midst of a disgusting room that is filthy and littered with trash, and in the midst of a admittedly terrifying figure that is, no more pleasant to look at. It is a semblance of calm in the midst of perhaps these daunting odds that you found yourself in. Anyway, just a little note for you.
No,
Wink.
I like that,
Anyway,
thank you.
you're very welcome.
Noted.
And thank you. And you notice that the figure behind Bavlorna, the one that you've seen as a handout, was Charm. Under the shade of their hat, their pale white face, almost ghost-like, that spreads their hands, with teeth as sharp as ivory daggers lining their mouth and glowing eyes that sit there almost like a piercing glow, perhaps from a distant moon. You'll just hear them turn to Bavlorna and say, "You didn't tell me you had such noisy guests coming, Bavlorna." And Bavlorna will not even turn to the figure behind her, and she'll continue to you, Vivi, specifically, where she's not left her gaze. For goodness sake, I can't do anything in this campaign. Sorry. Bavlorna will continue.
Oh my god, I've just seen the chat. Fucking hell.
Yes.
Oh my god. And,
That's not what my son sounds like.
and Bavlorna will continue at you, Vivi, and say,
Mhm.
"Oh, but we know each other rather well, don't we, Miss El Torchall?" Because you know that I have something that you so desperately want. And you've been looking for it almost your whole life, since you have made such a delightful entry into Downfall. Maybe we could have a pleasant conversation about what it is you're missing. And if you do something for me, maybe I will return it to you. But it is not just you within this fine little group of yours that has forgotten something. No. And she'll crick her head back with another, and she'll turn it back at CL, where it like shudders back just to lock her. She doesn't move her pupils this entire time. Somehow she manages to just turn her head at a perfect angle that just fixates onto CL. And there's a almost leering look in her eyes as she looks at UCL, and she says,
I suppose being far away from where you belong does one to one's psyche, doesn't it? Memories are fleeting, fickle things that escape us. But you are not so
Well.
dissimilar to your friend over there. There are remnants of your past that lie right in my palm.
Well, perhaps you're quite correct, and I've come to realize that there are certain questions that I cannot answer by myself. However, I can certainly assure you that if it is a thorn that I have been to you as a blooming rose, I could do so even without those memories. And they were going to give her a very polite smile.
Who's got the book?
CL does.
I do.
Deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll almost sense that she'll do another really sharp inhale that stutters every so often, just and she'll turn her head in your direction, and she'll almost searching your person for the book that she knows is on your possession, and she'll say,
Still haven't forgotten your manners. You've brought me something of mine.
Well,
"Sorry, I
isn't
muted
this
to
the
sneeze.
real?
The sniffing made me sneeze. Sorry, I'll have a finish. She'll say,
Yep.
I will return your precious item there to who it rightfully belongs to, and I will consider that as your first step towards us having a conversation. Only then will I hear what both of you have to say, but do be acutely aware that what you are looking for will not come in exchange for this book. No, I will take this as your need for a means to bargain with me, if that is what you have come to do.
Hmm.
But by all means, if you'd like to hang on to my trusty book that you have there, then do. But if your new little friend, and she'll turn her jaw back at Vivi, literally, but she peers at you through the gap between Oz and CL. Wants what she is looking for so desperately back, then by all means, you keep that book. But she won't be getting it. And she'll she'll blink once and then twice, almost like a frog. Her eyelids just kind of descend, and you'll see that they are like slimy and almost viscous as they close and roll back into her head. And she'll turn at you, to you, Vivi, and she'll say, You've made a treacherous journey all the way out here to come and find me. So I will tell you the nature of what it is you have lost. And then perhaps can decide whether it's worth bargaining for. Would you like to know?
She's like in just abject like borderline like horror, but like she's looks and she almost can't look away despite her like evident just she's just quite horrified, shocked. She why computer? Sorry, my fucking stupid MacBook decided to close. Can you guys still hear me at least?
Yeah, we can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Cool, fantastic. I'm looking at like trees right now. I can't see roll 20. She like swallows hard, and it's like audible across the room, and she just like nods, and she just goes, "Well, if you're not gonna give it to me right here and now, I might as well know what it is. I deserve to know what it is, I think."
And she'll do this sickening laugh that feels like it just comes from the back of her throat as she turns to you, and for a moment it feels like you are her prey and she's got you right where she wants you. Her gaze never leaves you, and her pupils stick out like ink blots that feel like they eye you up from where you have stood, what you're wearing, straight into your very soul. And she will, for the first time while she's been sat here, move her arm, and she'll almost like turn her hand just about 180 degrees on her wrist, where it'll shift with another just bone grinding against bone. There's nothing in it for a minute, and then she'll say, "What have you been searching for so long?" "Well, it's only polite, isn't it? Something that has escaped you. Felt like it was on the tip of your tongue, hiding round every corner, buried deep into the recesses of your brain. But no, here it has been all this time." And you'll notice that at this point, her palm will begin to glow, and it will look like a crystal ball that is like swirling in her hand. And the sight of it just makes your heart stop, your breath hitches in your throat, and for a moment you feel like perhaps the most afraid person in the world. You feel suddenly very abjectly aware of the sweat that is cold and coating every single part of your skin. Your spine runs with a shiver that feels like you are stood in the middle of winter, and your hands and feet feel like you are stood in the snow. And you'll watch that in this crystal ball there's mist that begins to swirl, and from where she's sat you don't really get much of it, and you think you can make out maybe the blue of a sky and the green of a grass, but there is a flicker of lilac that you recognize as your own face. And she will look back at you and she will say, "I have of yours is a memory of something that happened to you 10 years ago. And here it has been in the palm of my hand all this time. Wouldn't you like to find out what it is?" And that is where I'll fade to black, because it's really funny if I just make Lauren think about it for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay, so I will, LMIO. I'll go ahead and play us out. Right, as you finally stand at the one location where you have been predestined to arrive, the home of the Lorna Brightstraw, one of the dastardly hags of the deadly night, Hourglass Coven. You are right where you want to be, yet unnerved by her presence and seemingly at unease by her filthy living quarters and dirty home, this ramshackle, creaking cottage that appears to know everything about you and holds all of your memories from within it. You, perhaps, while within exactly where you have been searching for, find yourself at odds, a dilemma, a situation where one or perhaps even two of your friends are diametrically opposed with one of the Hourglass Coven's sisters, Bavona Brightstraw, a woman who appears to have been unshaken nor stirred by your presence, and seemingly feels that in this objectively where she is stood, she is the one with the power, as seemingly a fragment of Vivi's past lies in the palm of her hand. What you'll need to do to get that back, and what exactly she'll ask, is you perhaps, or do not, have in your hands a bargaining chip, something that will even entertain a conversation with her, lest you be banished from her domain, is perhaps all within your reach. Vivi's memory, as now described, is right within your grasp. How important that is to all of you and the Songbird of the Sword Coast is entirely yet to be determined. But how hard you will all go to fight for the things that you've lost is only just beginning to take shape as you realize that as Vivi and what she has been parted with stands a couple few feet before her, what it is that has been so far flung away from all of you cannot be towed much further. And that is where we will end the session tonight. Thank you so much.
Ronnie! Ah,
Woo!
That was so
That was great.
good.
Ronnie
Yeah, amazing.
No, that
OMG.
was cliffhangers.
Would you say,
Tonight was so good.
I'm always going to do it to you.
Can't wait
No,
for next
fantastic.
week.
All right, well, I'm sure there's going to be an intense party conversation to have there, so I'm very excited to see how that goes.
Thumbs up
Yeah,
nervously.
yeah. Thank you to my wonderful party for being a delight as always to DM for. Thank you, lovely viewers on May's side and on my side. Thank you
Yeah.
for joining us on this fantastic evening, where I hope you've enjoyed some very intense conversations of this D&D party, and it's only about to get worse from here. So we'll see what they decide to do next week, and whether Vivi's memory that lies in the palm of the Lord of Bright Straw's hand is going to be something worth the party that the party want to fight for. With that, just before we close out, I want to tell you all that you're all level 3
Yippee!
Yay!
Oh, hell
as
yeah.
We
well.
leveled.
So you did indeed. With that, May, I'll go ahead and let you sign out your stream, and we'll say goodbye to your froggies.
No,
Frog
The,
champs.
the
honestly,
soggy court for real.
yeah, soggy court for
Soggy
real.
For real!
My soggy court, my
The
froggies.
fairy
No,
circle.
thank you
Okay.
for joining us today. I had an absolutely wonderful time. You always inspire me endlessly, Ronnie. Truly, your sessions are incredible.
Thank
I
you
really
so
enjoyed
much.
myself. I will be back
Thank
on
you.
Friday. We're gonna be playing Elden Ring, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I'll be back then, and I don't really have anything else to say. Thank you for joining us. I had a really good time, and I'll see you next time. I love you guys. Bye.
Good night, everyone. Sleep
Good
well. See
night.
you
Goodbye. Good
later.
night.
Bye.
Bye.